salute. Salute to the internal, indigenous, spiritual most high. Trolls only God and your mama can love you. And last but not least, y'all know what time it is, man. One time, yeah. I say, one time, yeah. I say, one time, yeah. Hey, man, rest in peace and rest in power to, Jimmy McNair, my brother from another mother. As he would say right about now, here we go, here we go. Where's me go? I needs me shillings so I can troll. And we about to troll, y'all. We about to troll. See, it's been a lot going on. It's been a lot going on, lots of developments in this Nolan Wells case. People are lying and they don't want to tell the truth. But that audio was very suspicious, ladies and gentlemen. That audio was very suspicious. You know, Warren's actions, his demeanor in that phone call, as well as what was going on in the background. The thud we heard, something being drugged. He said it was like 7 people. Then you hear someone counting and they stop counting at 6. I mean, man, it was chilling, y'all. It was chilling. Whew. So we gonna listen to that audio and we gonna break it down. And the reason y'all see Poetic Flacco, I started to say Poetic Justice, y'all. The reason y'all see Poetic Flacco as the thumbnail is because he gave the best breakdown of the audio. So I got to give Flacco his credit. It's not like he needs my bare minimum exposure, but I like to give content creators their just dues, their credit. So yeah, y'all go over to Poetic Flacco, man. And Nolan Wells audio confirms he was brutally unalive, but he used the M word. So that's why you see Poetic Flacco. You know, I just had to give that credit back where that credit is due. My man broke it down the best. So we're gonna listen to this audio. As you come in, ladies and gentlemen, hit that like button, help get people in here. We're going to have an open dialogue. If you have a question or a comment you want recognized, or addressed, please send it by way of super chat, ladies and gentlemen. The Cash App is posted. It's all about support. We all have questions. We all want answers. So, hey, we at it, man. But this right here is like the biggest thing on the internet right now with this case, y'all. Let's go. Fair use, educational purposes, literary purposes, commentary purposes. Y'all hit that like button and listen very close. I'm gonna play it over and over, so listen to the background, listen to the phone call, watch his demeanor. We're gonna talk about this. Let's go.
This new evidence in his Nolan Wells murder is probably the biggest piece of confirmation that something really, really, really bad happened to Nolan. So Warren, who's one of Nolan Wells' supposed friends who rode out to Horn Island with him, he did an interview, and during this interview, he revealed something that kind of lines up everything else that we've heard since then. Now, what he says is a direct contradiction to everything they want us to believe about Nolan Wells.
Nolan was sitting by the boat with that Katie girl, and my buddy yelled for Nolan, get on the boat. We're leaving. The boat's having issues, and no, he didn't say that, but he was panicking. Nolan.
Okay, so this is Brandon Tatum's interview with Warren, Nolan Wells' little adversaries, like I like to call his friend base. I'm gonna I'm not gonna speed past that. Let's get it. I ain't got number time. Let's go. I ain't got number time.
Get the F on the boat. Get on the boat. And Nolan said, no, I'm staying out here. I'm gonna ride in with somebody else. And it's not uncommon to hear, but it's not like my buddy asked him one time. My buddy asked Nolan multiple times to get on the boat. Nolan, get on the boat. Get on the boat. We're leaving. If you're coming, you gotta come now. And
this is a lie. He's making it look like they all have the same narrative. Even people that weren't on the boat with Nolan, are all saying that Nolan wanted to stay on the island with the girl. They all have the same narrative, right? They're all telling the same story. But the CTO audio tells a different story. And I told y'all there were pictures floating around online, of Nolan on that boat. and a female likely to be leaning so close to him it's almost like she's in his lap. He's laid up with one leg kicked over the side of the boat on the way back on Wyatt's boat. These pictures have been leaked, so we know that he was on that boat. We know that he did not stay behind on that island, ladies and gentlemen. We know. I can say this with confidence. I don't even have to say allegedly. I know. That's how sure I am that Nolan was on that boat. He never stayed back at the island. This is all one big, gigantic lie. This is a cult coming together to do what they do. Clean up after one another. Clean up after each other, y'all.
Nolan made a decision to stay out on the island. It's not like we just left him there, or my friends just left him there. Nolan made a decision to stay on the island after my friends asked him multiple times and told him to get on the boat, and he decided to stay.
And I heard the girl that he was with, Katie.
You know, this seems to be something that they do too that I'm noticing. I notice they always blame the dead individual. Do y'all notice they always blame the deceased? When Austin Metcalf died and that trial started, you know, they protect Hunter, they were putting everything on Austin. We know Hunter approached him first. We saw the video, but they put everything on Austin. Austin asked him, "Who are you? What you're doing here?" You know, and it wasn't Austin. Then they put it on Cyrus Carmack Belton. All right? They put it on him. And then now we're watching them put it on Nolan. I told Nolan many a times, blah, blah, blah. All of my friends told Nolan many a times. You're lying. All your friends have lied many of times. And that's what's raising all of this suspicion. If suspicion was a crime or a felony alone, per se, I mean, we wouldn't even be waiting for answers right now, ladies and gentlemen. We wouldn't even be, we'd already be getting some type of justice if suspicion alone was enough to warrant an arrest. But it's not. Let's get into this audio. Let's salute the Poetic Flacco. Y'all make sure y'all go over to Poetic Flacco and y'all subscribe and, you know, things of that nature, y'all.
Had text somebody that she heard people yelling
Correct.
for Nolan to get on it. Is that true?
And I have a picture of that. She texted my buddy, and the next day everybody was panicking and everybody's texting Katie, you know, because she was obviously seen with Nolan the whole day at the island. Katie sent a message to my buddy the next day and said, you know, this is the last time I saw him, you know, he's really sweet. But she also mentioned that the last time she saw Nolan,
This was an orchestrated lie. He was on the boat with Nolan when Nolan died. He was on the boat with Nolan when Nolan died. Okay? He was. We know this. We've heard the audio, and the audio in the background, they're calling Nolan's name, and it's Warren that's on the phone with the Cito, and it's Warren that's saying right now that this is all one orchestrated lie, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, this cracked everything right here. This cracked everything. You know, family, we were right. We were right. We know. We know.
was when my buddy was yelling at him to get on the boat.
They're telling this story as if, by the way, it confirms their story. It's actually the contrary. Now, he said this before the audio got released, and the audio is horrific. The audio confirms to me something really, really, really bad happened to Nolan. But he said this as if this is a confirmation and not a debunking or contrary to his story. If you're saying, hey, we left Nolan on an island, we don't know what happened to him, and our proof of this is we see Nolan cradle up with Katie in his arms. And we was calling Nolan over to get on the boat, and Nolan said he stayed.
And that's half truth, because on that boat, Nolan was there, and I told y'all he had a girl sitting so close to him, you know, leaning on his chest that it can almost appear as if she was sitting in his lap, and he had his leg kicked over the side of the boat. So that could have been Katie. It could not have been Katie, but I'm guessing that it was Katie. I think Katie was on that boat. You know, I think Katie was on that boat.
And Katie can confirm this. And then Katie says, according to you guys, Katie confirmed to you guys the last time she seen Nolan was when y'all was calling him over. Well, she wouldn't say that if Nolan stayed. If the last time Katie seen Nolan was when y'all was calling him over, that would imply that he went over to you guys. Katie even told the family that Nolan told her he was riding home with his friends and he had to go.
Facts.
Your very story confirms exactly what we suspected, which is Nolan went on that boat.
Uh-huh.
Now, y'all called Nolan over at 3 p.m. Y'all was still on the island for an hour and 30 trying to figure out that boat situation. So we don't know what took place in that hour and 30. But clearly something is not sitting right. And this audio made me lose sleep last night, man. Now, the audio is of the 911, well, not 911 call, but of the emergency call that Wyatt made to the boat operators or to some type of subscription that help people who are stranded on boats. So Wyatt made a call, and the operator picks up, and my God, you start to hear something very...
Here's where it gets deep. Here's where it gets deep, ladies and gentlemen. Here's where this disproves everything that they're saying. Here's what places Nolan on the boat. Here's what places all of them as suspects. Now, pay attention to his demeanor in the phone call. And also pay attention in the background. And the reason I picked Poetic Flacco content for this is because Poetic Flacco really broke down what was being said in the background. So I understand that you can't see it, but he's going to make sure that you hear and understand everything that's being said in the background on this phone call. So salute to Poetic Flacco once again.
dark and grim from the beginning. They don't realize the AI operator already started recording because they believe they're waiting for somebody to pick up. They believe they're on hold waiting for a human person to come and assist them. So they're talking freely, waiting for this human. The AI operator is recording everything. So that's where you hear, he's dead. Oh my God, he's dead.
Did you hear that? He's dead. Did you hear that? He's dead. And then the male voice says, yeah, he's dead. Or sure, he's dead. You're going to hear someone yell Nolan's name. Nolan, Nolan, no, oh my God. Are you sure he's dead? Female's voice. Are you sure he's dead? He's dead. No, Nolan. Oh my God. No, Nolan. Oh my God. He's dead. Let's run that back. I told you, this is chilling audio. This is chilling audio. Nolan died on that boat. They know this. They know this. Let's run this back. Pay attention to the background. Pay attention to the background. Oh, they are exposed. They are exposed. And listen, man, y'all got to go show love to Poetic Flacco because he did this. He did this, man. I've been through many things. I even found the original calls, but you're not going to be able to make out what's going on in the background. Poetic Flacco did a good job on this. There's also another lady on the internet. She was a white lady, but she had the whole original Cito phone call muted, and she amplified what was said in the background. And it was so crisp and clear, man. Nolan died on that boat. A fight broke out on that boat. You know, they're saying that, you know, that was the reason that the Billinger or whatever it was damaged. I'm not familiar with boats. was damaged.
The audio is of the 911, well, not 911 call, but of the emergency call that Wyatt made to the boat operators or to some type of subscription that help people who are stranded on boats. So Wyatt made a call, and the operator picks up, and my God, you start to hear something very dark and grim from the beginning.
Right now, that female is already saying he's dead. He's dead. And I told y'all there was a female on that boat. I don't know who that female was, but there was a female on that boat. Grand Rising, what's up, Sister Yolanda Jenkins Wilson? I'm sorry. Where you been, sister? But right now, she's already saying he's dead. He's dead. And I told y'all there was a female on that boat. He was hugged up, almost cradling a man, come on, man. This is one big colossal lie right here, man. Y'all hit that like button. We finna blow the roof off, man. We finna blow the roof off. Let's go. Male voice, sure, he's dead. Now, we don't know who said that, but the male voice just responded, sure, he's dead. Sure, he's dead. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Poetic Flacco. That's why he's on the thumbnail. Okay, Poetic Flacco really broke this down. This is Poetic Flacco. The Nolan Wells audio confirms he was brutally murdered. Okay, brutally unalive. This is Poetic Flacco. I like to give credit where credit is due. All right, so the male voice says, sure, he's dead. Female just said again, he's dead.
They don't realize the AI operator already started recording because they believe they're waiting for somebody to pick up. They believe they're on hold waiting for a human person to come and assist them. So they're talking freely, waiting for this human. The AI operator is recording everything. So that's when you hear, he's dead. Oh my God, he's dead.
He's dead.
Vicky speaking. How can I help you?
Oh my God, no, Nolan, he's dead. All of this is being said in the background. They don't realize that they're already being recorded. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, this is chilling. This is exactly what we knew. Nolan died on that, but Nolan did not stay on any island, man. They are covering this up, man. It is exactly what we said it was, and they knew it from day one. That's why they deactivated their accounts. That's why they went quiet. That's why they lawyered up. Oh, here it is, ladies and gentlemen.
They were not aware that was already being recorded. So they get to speaking freely. The operator picks up now. Everything changes. Everything changes. So they're panicking. Oh my God, no. Hey, operator. Everybody on mute. But they still let a couple things slip through. Now, what proceeds to follow is one of the strangest calls I've ever seen in life. This is one of the
I agree with you, Sister Yolanda. I agree. Our people have to wake up and understand who we're dealing with. I think we already know who we're dealing with. I think who we're dealing with is underestimating the fact that we know, you know, that we know them. So I think they're underestimating our intelligence and, you know, our we know them. We've studied them. You understand what I'm saying? The same way they've studied us. We've been through it. We've had to live the black experience. We know. And we have to call a spade a spade. You know, so I agree with you, sister. And thank you for being up with me. You know, I like that early morning, late night crowd. I don't like to crowd the internet and fight for all of that time amongst big YouTubers and, you know what I'm saying, big streamers. I'm not going to get anywhere. I'm not going to get anywhere. I have to get in where I fit in. It's a dog eat dog world, so y'all know I like that early morning vibe, and I like that late night vibe. You know what I mean?
Strangest calls I've ever witnessed in life. You've never seen anything stranger than this before.
Who has a question for Miss?
We're at the west tip of Horn, and our village pump stopped working. We're sinking. Can y'all please come? We have a membership.
All right, of course. How far is the water coming up, sir? Can you give me a description?
Oh shoot, did y'all catch that? Did y'all catch what was just yelled in the background? Did y'all catch that? I don't think y'all caught that. Watch this.
Never seen anything stranger than this before.
We're at the west tip of Horn, and our village pump stopped working. We're sinking. Can y'all please come? We have a membership.
All right, of course. How far is the water coming up, sir?
They're yelling, wake up, wake the fuck up. Did y'all catch that in the background? Wake up, wake the fuck up. I'm just being verbatim, excuse the language. Did y'all hear it? Wake up, wake the fuck up. They're yelling this in the background. And then you hear Nolan's voice faintly. Faintly.
Can you give me a description? Ankles? Hello?
Hey,
Yes, how far is the water coming up, sir?
it's coming up. We're just sinking. I don't know. Like we're going down now.
All right, well, let's get you going. Membership number or phone number listed on my account, sir.
I don't know the phone number. It's either Jerry Atkerson. I think it's Jerry Atkerson. Try that.
All right.
I know we have a membership, like guaranteed.
Someone just said, I thought he was on the, then it cuts off, and now they're calling for Warren. So now we know Warren, we know Wyatt, we know Nolan, we know that there was an estranged female on there. We haven't caught her name, okay? We know these people were on this boat. We know, and there's a guy named Will. They're going to call for Will. So that's 5 out of 7 people who are on this boat. Oh, I've been on this. I've been on this. That's 5 out of 7 people who are on this boat. We're going to start with the estranged female. We don't know her name. They're going to yell Will. You're going to hear that, okay? We know Wyatt was there. They called Wyatt. We know Warren was there. You know, they just called Warren. And we know Nolan was there because they said, oh my God, no, Nolan, wake up, wake the fuck up. So that's 5 out of 7, ladies and gentlemen. That's 5 out of the 7. Let's roll with this now. They're calling Warren right now. I'm going to back this up just a little bit. I know I keep stopping it and I keep talking. Okay? Listen to the background. I'm going to turn this up a little bit. Just didn't want to be too loud.
Sir.
I don't know the phone number. It's either Jerry Atkerson. I think it's Jerry Atkerson. Try that.
All right.
I know we have a membership, like guaranteed. I don't
All
have
right,
the tag
unless
on
you
here.
have a
We got
membership
resolved.
number or anything, it's okay. I'll get you over to the captain. What's the best phone number to reach you at?
Reach me at 2.
He muted his mic. They called Warren.
All right, and is everybody on board and good health otherwise?
Yeah, everybody's
How
on
many?
board.
Somebody says, I thought he was, and then it just like drowns out. So we don't know what that means. I could have 20,000 different theories. Y'all leave me a 3. What do you think that meant? This is where it starts to get really strange. The operator begins to ask very direct questions, and they begin to act like they don't know what she's saying. They begin to half answer questions that are very convenient. Like, for example, she says, yo, is everybody on the boat and in good health? He says, yeah, everybody on the boat. Okay, what about the good health part? But that's not even the strangest part. It's about to get really, really weird.
All right, do you need the United States Coast Guard?
What?
Do you need the United States Coast Guard?
No, we do not.
They just called Wyatt. I don't know if y'all heard it, but someone yelled Wyatt. Someone yelled Wyatt. They did not call this girl's name, but someone yelled Wyatt. So we got Wyatt. We've heard Wyatt's name. We've heard Nolan's name. Okay? We've heard Will. This is big, man. This is big. This contradicts everything that they've been saying. And now that we know now that everyone's tied into this, in Mississippi, man. They're all tied into this. They were going to sweep this under the rug intentionally. All of their asses need to be locked up, man. All of the medical examiner, Stacey Turner, start with her. Go get that governor. Go get that sheriff. This is bullshit, ladies and gentlemen. This was going to be another Emmett Till. This was going to be another Emmett Till. They knew this. I don't know how they're going to fight this audio. I can't wait to see what Ben Crump says about this audio because I know that he's going to break this down. Okay? He has the means to actually, key in on what's being said in the background. This is damning. This is damaging. Man, I need to be waking up Monday morning and I need to be seeing everybody on that boat like under arrest, man. Under arrest. This is it right here, man. This is it. Y'all don't understand how serious this is. They don't even have to own up to the unaliving anymore. We know that they were involved, and we now know that they know something, and we also know now that they lied about leaving Nolan on the island and not seeing Nolan at 3. You guys left the island at 4:31. Nolan was definitely on that boat. We've heard them call Nolan's name. Oh my God, no, Nolan, wake up, wake the fuck up. Is he dead? Yeah, he's dead. You sure he's dead? He's dead. We heard it. Come on, ladies and gentlemen. They were going to sweep this under the rug. This can be any one of our children. This can be us. We've watched us be hanged throughout this country. Still being hanged throughout this country, and they call it self-inflicted. Ain't no black person going to hang themselves. It's not self-inflicted. It's not self-inflicted. This is almost sad. This bothers me, man. They were going to sweep this under the rug and be able to sleep at night and live with themselves. Why am I surprised they do it all the time, right? Why am I surprised they do it all the time, right? They not just mention Emmett Till? They do it all the time, right? Why am I so surprised? Because people are quick to yell, oh, this is 2026 and you're still talking about racism. Yes, because y'all are still doing racist shit. This is a life. Parents deserve to know. Nolan deserves for his family to know, his story to be told. People deserve to be held accountable the same way y'all felt like Carmelo Anthony should have been held accountable. Even though we feel like none of that would have happened had Austin just kept them hands to himself. We want our equal justice served as well because we know that this was a get back. We know that this was get back for Austin Metcalf. We know that this was get back for the guy Bart, who was unalived by the young lady down in North Broward County in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, at Walmart in the parking lot. We know, you guys have come on here and iterated to me many times. Oh, you guys are unaliving us in broad daylight on camera. No. Let's get back into this.
I need that.
All right.
Somebody just said check his chest. Someone just said check his chest. I'm going to be quiet. Listen to this.
That are very convenient. Like, for example, she says, yo, is everybody on the boat and in good health? He says, yeah, everybody on the boat. Okay, what about the good health part? But that's not even the strangest part. It's about to get really, really weird.
All right. Do you need the United States Coast Guard?
What?
Do you need the United States Coast Guard?
No, we do not need that.
All right.
These aren't even the weird parts I'm talking about. You're going to hear the weird part shortly. But even with this, somebody's saying, check his chest. After we heard somebody says, yo, he's dead. Nolan, oh my God, Nolan, check his chest. So
They said Wyatt check his chest. Or Warren. Let me go back and see. Yeah, Wyatt. Wyatt, check his chest. Wyatt, check his chest. Wyatt, Warren, Nolan, Will. Y'all are going to hear Will. And we know that there was a female there. That's 5 out of the 7.
Lady says, y'all want the Coast Guard? No, absolutely no, 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 no. That was the most hard, no Coast Guard. Why don't you want the Coast Guard out? And you're about to hear, like, the people that they wanted to come out, they're unavailable.
As we come in, ladies and gentlemen, let's get the lights up, please. Let's get the lights up. I'm working. I realize it's late if you're on East Coast time. Let's get the lights up. I'm up too. You know, let's get the lights up, ladies and gentlemen. Please and thank you. Let's get the lights up as you come in.
So the next best people are the Coast Guards. But they must rather drown than to have the Coast Guards come out. Because the people that want to come out don't really have authority in anything. The Coast Guards.
Thank you to whoever just hit that like button. Much appreciated. Thank you so much.
Are damn near law enforcement. The Coast Guards will come out and get to investigate and get to prowling around. No, why don't you want the Coast Guards out? If the people who are supposed to assist you can't even come out. But at the end, you get to hear they called for no reason. Right? Because his grandfather would admit, hey, we don't need help anymore. Sorry. So they wasted about 14 or 15 minutes on that phone call, I think trying to establish an alibi, because towards the end of the phone call, after they were begging for help, the grandfather says, oh no, they don't need help. Don't send nobody.
Start building skills for today's tech jobs. Learn more at wgu.edu.
Hey, John Wick Continental Pursuit is only at Dave & Buster's. Want to play?
I just have to get in the right headspace first.
All right, looks like you're on Horn Island, correct? Are you
Yes,
on
we were
Horn
at Horn
Island?
Island. Yeah.
All right, is the boat sinking or you have it aground?
We were sinking, yes.
Is it aground is the question?
No, we're not aground. We are in
Okay.
17 foot of water. We're in 31 foot of water.
All right, has to ask. What do you want to do? Do you want to be towed back?
She's doing her best to tolerate him at this point. She's agitated. She's aggravated. She's doing her best to tolerate him at this point. She's doing her best. And you can hear the passive aggression in her voice. You know? Thank you, Orange Lily. I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you so much, Orange Lily.
I want to get this boat unsank and towed back, yes.
All right, where would you like it towed to, sir?
You can tow it to Ocean Springs or Fort Bayou on.
And you're so right, Yolanda. I can't read that, but you're so right. You know, YouTube will get on me if I read that. But you are correct. You are correct.
All right, how many adults and children on board?
No, there's no children.
So, is there anybody on board? How many adults, sir? That was the question.
You're about to hear an answer to that question that will make your mouth drop on the floor. It will literally make your mouth drop on the floor. Because, hold on. You answered the children question very quickly. How many adults, children? No children. Okay, how many adults? They begin to hesitate. They begin to panic. They're panicking so much, he says something just absolutely stupid. But I don't think this kid is dumb. I feel like what he said is out of sheer panic because he didn't want to share the real number.
Oh, is there anybody on board? How many adults, sir? That was the question.
Hey, Lord, drop the ball.
Hello, can you hear me?
Mind you, it's not a service issue because we can hear everybody else in the background. So it's not a service issue. Oh, no, he hears exactly what she said. How many adults on board? He doesn't say nothing for a while, and then he responds back with the dumbest possible answer.
Oh, is there anybody on?
Purple Flowers. What's good, Purple Flowers? What's good, Purple Flowers? Hey, I like how Orange Lily just come in and she fits in, and well, he or she, I'm not sure, but they, you know, fit in and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Salute to Orange Lily. Well, it's got to be a female. I see Orange Lily. Orange Lily for you. I'm gonna think that's a female right now. So salute to you. Salute to you. And I'm sorry if I got your gender wrong. Okay, she. Okay, I thought so. She. Okay, I thought so. I don't feel bad now. I feel like I called it right. Okay, well, salute to you, Orange Lily. I like how you come in and you catch the vibe, and you know what I'm saying. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. You make sure you hit that subscribe button, Miss Orange Lily. You make sure you hit that subscribe button. And I meant you no harm. I meant you no harm, Queen. I meant you no harm. Okay? I meant you no harm. Let's roll with it, y'all. I'm gonna back this up like a juvenile song. Cause I know I be interrupting and talking and stuff. But I want y'all to pay attention to the background. And then I go over this again and call out everything they're saying in the background. But y'all listen.
Because he didn't want to share the real number.
Oh, is there anybody on board? How many adults, sir? That was the question.
Hey, Florida, drop it off.
Hello, can you hear me?
Mind you, it's not a service issue because we can hear everybody else in the background. So it's not a service issue. Oh no, he hears exactly what she said. How many adults on board? He doesn't say nothing for a while, and then he responds back with the dumbest possible answer.
Oh, is there anybody on board? How many adults, sir? That was the question.
If it doesn't work, we promise a tenfold refund.
All the ads,
These dentures
man.
fit perfectly in just one.
Make your money, but all the ads, man. All the ads, man.
Hey, Florida, drop it off.
Hey, Warren, drop in the
Hello,
water.
can you hear me?
Try to jump in and pull the plug, Bart, while you're going.
Hello, sir.
Somebody just said, fuck, take it out of here. I wonder if they're talking about Nolan's body. You know, I wonder if they're talking about Nolan's body. Somebody just said, fuck, take it out of here. He said, jump in the water. Warren, jump in the water. Hold on, let's go back. Let's go back. This is chilling as hell, man. This is chilling. Hey, Warren, drop in the water.
Not a service issue because we can hear everybody else in the background. So it's not a service issue. Oh no, he hears exactly what she said. How many adults on board? He doesn't say nothing for a while, and then he responds back with the dumbest possible answer.
Oh, is there anybody on board? How many adults, sir? That was the question.
Hey, Florida, drop it off.
Hey, Warren, drop in the water.
Hello, can you hear me?
Drop it on the wall. Hey, Warren, drop in the water. Drop it on the wall.
Try to jump in and pull the plug, Bart, while you're going.
Jump in the pull the plug, Bart, while you're down there. Bart? Bart? Do we have another name? Is that number 6? Did he say Bart? Is that his 6th name, ladies and gentlemen? Well, I'm on this, boy. I'm on my Sherlock Holmes right now. Did he just give us another name? Did he say Bart?
What's the question?
Hey, Florida, drop it off.
Hello, can you hear me?
Try to jump in and pull the plug, Bart, while you're going.
Pull the plug bar or pull the plug Bart? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Yes, they are truly soulless. They are truly soulless. They know what's up. They know they're lying.
Hello, sir.
Hello.
Did y'all hear that? Fuck. Take it out of here. Take it out of here. Take what out of there? Take what? Now, the most chilling part of this to me, she's going to ask him, you know, how many people are on board? He's going to say like 7. Then you're going to hear someone start counting in the background saying 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and they're going to stop at 6. Nolan would have made 7, but at this point, they weren't sure that Nolan was still alive, ladies and gentlemen. We hear them saying he's dead. He's dead. He's dead. Are you sure he's dead? Yes, he's dead. We heard all of this. But listen, let me know what you think.
Yep, I just need you to answer these questions so I can get you over to the captain.
Okay.
How many adults on board?
There are 0 adults on board.
There's nobody on board the boat?
No. Nobody here is over the age of 21.
There's not a person in America. There's not a person in America, probably not a person on planet Earth, who don't know what an adult is. An adult is anybody over the age of 18 in America. Simple. That's what an adult is. So the fact that she asked you, how many adults on board? Oh no, there's nobody over the age of 21 on board. That's because you are avoiding and refusing. You don't want to answer the question, bro. You don't want to answer the question. Because Nolan is what, 19? Everybody on board is like 18, 19. So you are doing everything in your power to not answer the question. Look like your girl asking you, hey, bro, did you go out last night and cheat? Man, I went out last night. Well, did you cheat? Oh, I ain't cheat on my diet all week. Huh? Wait, what? That's not right. No, you're answering this question being deceptive. It's really that simple. And I'm looking at this like, yo, what? Why is it whenever something comes out, it's always something sketchy with it? Now, I understand if we're just being super analytical, super looking into it.
And I agree. I agree with Poetic Flacco. It's like they're so used to telling us things and we're just going along with it, you know? And that's what they're used to. And it's a different world, like technology, cameras, social media, you know, all of this stuff is out here now to help us do more thorough investigations to where we don't have to believe everything that they say. What's up, Pilot J? Hey, yo. What's good, Pilot J? Hit that like button for me, brother, as you come in. You know what I'm saying? Hit that like button as you come in. You know, Pilot J. Hit that like button. But, you know, we're no longer on that type of time, man. You know, if you say something to us about our children, you know, make it make sense because we know how you guys move. Y'all have been brushing things like this under the rug, you know, for decades. For decades. And we're supposed to just keep turning the other cheek and taking it. And those days are long gone. Those days are long gone. I mean, just be honest, man. Treat everyone like humans, regardless of race. Y'all were the main ones screaming, all lives matter. You know, so act like it. Act like all lives matter. Why go through all of this just to cover up a lie? Own up to your mistakes. Learn to be accountable. Taking an easy route out of things complicates things. For you. For you. You're around here saying Nolan's like a brother to you, but you know the truth. And because you're scared to do time, but you were rooting for Carmelo Anthony to do time, how does it feel now? See, history repeats itself, man. The energy you put out there is definitely the energy you're going to get back. See, there's this thing called it ain't no fun when the rabbit got the, y'all can finish that statement. I can't say that word on here. You know, I can't say that word on here. But that's what they're experiencing right now. That's what they're going through. They're frightened.
But even the person who's like completely in the middle and neutral and not biased, can you hear this call and tell me this is a normal call? Can you hear this call and tell me people are not being deceptive in this call? Can you hear this call and tell me this is how normal people answer questions? How many?
Again, man, salute to Poetic Flacco, man, because Poetic Flacco did this, man. Y'all make sure y'all go over and y'all subscribe to Poetic Flacco on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? Poetic Flacco, man. You know what I'm saying? That's Flakko. Poetic Flacco, man. And I think poetic is spelled Poetik, maybe 2 Ks, you know. But listen, man, y'all will find them. Y'all go subscribe to that brother, man. You know what I'm saying? If the homies can't have now. Nah, that ain't what I was on when I said that. It ain't no fun when the rabbit got the GUN. It ain't no fun when the rabbit got the GUN. You know, we got all kind of sayings in the South, man, in our culture. You know what I mean? The chickens are coming home to roost. We just watched the whole world cheer for Carmelo Anthony. You know what I'm saying? Well, on that side of things, on that side of the spectrum, we just watched the whole world want to incriminate Carmelo Anthony and make him look like a thug, you know? And he was defending himself. Oh, they celebrated when Carmelo got 35 years. So we're definitely going to celebrate when all of these people, you know what I mean, face their fate too. We should already know what it's like, but the last time we saw this many white people get locked up, you know, it was January 6th of 2020. So we're about to see lots of people do lots of time, and I'm definitely going to tune into that trial And they definitely better not get a slap on the wrist. They definitely better not get a slap on the wrist, because this right here is damaging. This right here is incriminating.
Adults on board, none. Huh? What? Whoa, nobody on board? Nobody over 21 on board? Can you just answer the question they're asking? Oh, but it gets worse. It ggets worse.
Adults on board.
There are 0 adults on board.
There's nobody on board the boat?
No. Nobody here is over the age of 21.
Sir, that was not the question. Is there a person? Is there a person, a living individual on the boat?
What is Spectrum Internet?
She is so aggravated with him. She's doing the best she can. Okay, did y'all hear the dragging sound? There was a thud. There was a thud first, as if they was moving his body. And maybe since him being limp, maybe his head or his feet hit, boom. Maybe it hit the dock of the boat, boom. And then there's a dragging noise. If you listen, you're gonna hear, you should have just heard it. Listen. I'm gonna back this up a little bit. We're gonna start at the nobody.
Nobody here is over the age of 21.
Sir, that was not the question. Is there a person? Is there a person, a living individual on the boat?
I know y'all just heard that dragging noise. There was a thud right before that oh, I just got chills. There was a thud right before that dragging noise. There was a thud right before that dragging noise. Cameras don't lie. Audio don't lie. People lie. And they've been lying, y'all. Oh my God, I got chills right now, man. I got chills right now, man. Oh, Lord, I got chills right now, man. Shit. Oh, this angers me, man. I'm going to run this back one more time. Y'all listen to this dragging noise. They're moving Nolan's body, y'all. They're moving Nolan's body. They are moving Nolan's body, but yet they said that Nolan stayed behind on Horn Island to talk to a female, y'all. To hang out with a chick, y'all. And we know our children. We know our children don't do things like that. Our children know they got to bring that ass home. Our children know they got to check in. Y'all, did you hear the dragging? Listen to the dragging, y'all. You can't help but hear it.
There's nobody on board.
And I can tell that that was his feet dragging. That was his feet dragging. So they're dragging him from under his arms.
Board the boat?
No. Nobody here is over the age of 21.
Sir, that was not the question. Is there...
Now you're about to hear a thud and the dragging sound right now. Listen for the dragging. The thud comes right before, but I don't think you're going to hear the thud.
Is there a person? Is there a person, a living individual on the boat?
Did y'all hear that? They were dragging Nolan's body right there. They were dragging Nolan's body right then, ladies and gentlemen. They were dragging Nolan's body, man. Oh, my Lord. I know Ben Crump got wind of this. I know Ben Crump on the phone with all of their attorneys like, look, I'm going to issue some arrest warrants. I'm going to issue some arrest warrants. I know I want to see how Ben Crump is going to play this. I am so anxious to see how Ben Crump is going to play this.
Hello?
Bro, you heard what she said, bro. And you can respond, you heard it. And it's not like the service went out. No, because we're hearing the background. If we can hear the background, then you can hear her. If we can hear the background, then we could have heard you. So you're not saying anything. Man, you heard her, bro. The question caught him off guard. Is there any living person on board? He probably felt like, next question did probably ask us, is there any dead person on board? So that question caught them off guard. And I'm sitting back like, what went on? Because we heard from multiple people. From multiple people we heard from. There was a fight of some sort. Now, they're all claiming Nolan was not a part of this fight, but they all said the fight is why they wanted to leave in a hurry. They began to pack up and leave, they said, immediately after the fight. The fight is what made them want to leave. I don't believe that fight did not involve Nolan, man. I'm telling you guys right now, I just don't believe it, bro. Now, if a fight occurred on the boat, wouldn't that be the reason why the pump is destroyed? That's just my theory. I don't know. But we don't have to have the answers. We are not the ones that was there.
He's right. That would be the reason that pump is destroyed. He is right. He is right. That would be the reason that that pump is destroyed. Because a fight took place on that boat and someone, well, damaged it in the process. Yep. Man, this is chilling. This is chilling, y'all. I can't wait for Monday morning. I'm anxious, y'all. I'm anxious. Like, I'm losing sleep over this. I want to know how Ben Crump is going to play this. We know that they have counsel. We know that Warren's stepmom is a judge. Who's going to sign off on these arrest warrants? You know, she can't do it. She has to recuse herself. And who's going to arrest her for lying? I mean, we could potentially watch a mother and a stepson go down. You know, we can watch Ashley Cole and Warren go down. It's all just a matter of time at this point, ladies and gentlemen. It's all just a matter of time. I don't even think we have to wait for a grand jury on this one. If he goes by what he's hearing right here, this is incriminating. You don't have to wait for a grand jury. You do not have to wait for a grand jury. Or will he bag this up and send this to the grand jury as well? You know, this is going to get, ladies and gentlemen, y'all don't understand how serious this is right here. Y'all don't understand how serious this case is, this matter is. You know what I'm saying? Listen, this is deep, man. This is deep.
He can say is something isn't adding up, and we need answers. Now, he eventually gives a head count, and he says 7.
You know, a lot of people think that in order to conceal carry, you're going to need a tactical.
Is there a living person, someone breathing on the boat? Is there anybody on the boat?
Yes, there's lots of people breathing on the boat.
All right, how many people, sir?
Like 7.
All right, thank you. Does everyone have
Did y'all catch that? In the background, you're going to hear someone say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The minute he said like 7, because he already knew that Nolan was no longer breathing. But he was trying to make sure that he gave an account for everybody on that boat, whether they were breathing or not. Someone in the background goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I don't want to turn this up too much, but y'all listen. Listen now. Listen. Listen. I'm going to run this back. Listen hard.
We are not the ones that was there. All we can say is something isn't adding up, and we need answers. Now, he eventually gives a head count, and he says 7.
Is there a living person, someone breathing on the boat? Is there anybody on the boat?
Yes, there's lots of people breathing on the boat.
All right, how many people, sir?
Like 7.
All right, thank you. Does everyone have life jackets on or available to them?
Yes, we have life jackets available.
All right, verify what boat's sinking.
Did y'all catch the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6? Did y'all catch the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6? I don't know. It was a male voice in the back. It was a male's voice that started counting the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 when he said like 7. So that also proves that that dragging sound we heard, they were already dragging Nolan's body somewhere. Someone only counted 6 people around them. They had already drugged Nolan's body off somewhere, ladies and gentlemen. They had already drugged his body off somewhere. Listen to the audio. You're going to hear him say like 7 because originally it was 7. That was until Nolan died. And this dispatcher is catching on. The operator is catching on. She's asking very specific questions. How many living people on the boat? How many living people? Soon as he said like 7, you're going to hear someone, you're definitely gonna hear it when he says 5 and 6. But he starts counting 1, 2, 3, 4. By the time he says 5 and 6, it's faint, but you guys should hear it. I'm going to run this back and put ones in the chat, y'all. Put ones in the chat if you hear it. You know what I'm saying? Put ones in the chat if you hear it. Yeah, the operator is already catching on to him. The operator is already catching on to him. Let's go, man.
Count, and he says 7.
Is there a living person, someone breathing on the boat? Is there anybody on the boat?
Yes, there's lots of people breathing on the boat.
All right, how many people, sir?
Like 7.
All right, thank you. Does everyone have life?
Y'all didn't just hear that 5, 6. Y'all didn't hear the 1, 2, 3, 4. Y'all didn't hear the 5, 6. Y'all should have really heard 5, 6 on your end. I understand if you didn't hear the 1, 2, 3, 4. But you should have heard the 5, 6. Man, this is chilling right here, man. This is making me angry, man. This is making me angry, man. Okay, you heard it? Okay. All right, I'm going to still run it back one more time. And then I'm going to let it play out from there. That means they had already moved Nolan's body. Y'all heard the thud. You heard the dragging. You know what? I'm going to go back to that point from the dragging. And I'm not going to say a word. I promise you, ladies and gentlemen. It's just I'm using someone else's content. So I have to stop it every now and then. Nah, that's too far back to go. We'll re-examine this, but I'm going to at least take this back. Okay, here we go.
We don't have to have the answers. We are not the ones that was there. All we can say is something isn't adding up, and we need answers. Now, he eventually gives a head count, and he says 7.
Is there a living person, someone breathing on the boat? Is there anybody on the boat?
Yes, there's lots of people breathing on the boat.
All right, how many people, sir?
Like 7.
All right, thank you. Does everyone have life jackets on or available to them?
Yes, we have life jackets available.
All right, verify what boat's sinking.
A Triton, 22-foot offshore, 22-foot Triton offshore sea flight hull.
All right. Please hold. I'm transferring you to the local captain now.
Yeah, thank you. This is Captain Seth.
Hi, Captain Seth. This is Vicky from International. How you doing today?
Doing good. How are you?
Good. I apologize ahead of time. I really do. You're going to have a fee-for-service come up under Jerry.
Okay.
It sounds like a bunch of kids on board on Horn Island. He's letting me know that his father's a member, but he can't give me any information. And he's saying the boat is sinking, and he's on Horn Island. It's just unfortunate. He's just a kid. There's a lot going on.
Hey, whoever this captain is, he is important. He is important around there because even her tone changed. She's going to keep apologizing and I'm sorry and, forgive me. And like she got humble when he picked up. You know what I'm saying? It's like he got the power to fire her or something. I don't know. Maybe that's her big boss or something, but that is the head honcho. She got so humble.
So He said there's about a lot of people on board. He says he thinks about 7. I'm guessing they're all under 18. And I'm not trying to be rude. He wants you guys to go out there and unpump the boat and then tow it in.
Do you know what kind of boat it is?
He said a Triton 24-footer, but that's all he can give me.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I just actually got off the phone with his grandpa, who I'm guessing is the owner of the boat. And he said that Jerry. Yeah, he said,
okay.
I just hung up with him. He said that they don't need any help right now, but if something changes, they'll call me back.
So what was the purpose of them? What was the purpose of them calling then? If they're in the middle of an active emergency, the grandfather is not on the island. The grandfather is not there. They told the grandfather what's going on. The grandfather says, man, y'all better not bring any authorities over there. So then what was the purpose of this call? Why were they on the phone for so long?
Alibi. Somebody was looking for an alibi. Somebody was looking for an alibi. Yeah, cover up. Yeah, it's a cover up. They're all laying on the cover up, just like you said, Orange Lily. It's a cover up. This phone call is just an alibi, but they didn't realize they were being recorded. You know what I'm saying? How long they been living in the United States of America? You know what I'm saying? Because I spell my America with 3 Ks. I say I spell my America with 3 Ks, y'all. 3 Ks. And this is why. This is why. So how long they been living here? Y'all don't know that people always tell you being recorded. You know what I'm saying? They ain't asking your permission. They telling you you're being recorded. So if you don't want to be recorded, the only thing you could do is hang up. But if you really need that help, then you need to realize you're being recorded. And from where I'm from, they say everything you say and do can and will be used against you in the court of law. So this right here should be easy pickings. This should be easy, like Carmelo saying, I'm not alleged, I did it. You know, y'all took that and ran with that when he said that, right? But this right here, we're damn sure going to take this and run with this. We're damn sure going to take this and run with this. And they can't lie no more. They can't say that he wasn't on that island. And have y'all noticed that no one's coming out and saying anymore that Carmelo was drunk and he just drowned. Get over it. You notice they're not saying that anymore? Have y'all noticed that they're not saying that anymore? Huh? Why was she so unapologetic? I thought it was an emergency. Hey, that must be her boss, man. I'm telling you, that man that holds some, hey, he holds some merit. That man got some authority. She got humble as hell, boy. She got humble as hell. You know what I mean? It's like she raised hell until the actual police showed up and she got humble, right? Let's go.
Quote, asking for help, but not answering any questions to get them help. But the grandfather is talking to the actual people and they said, man, like don't need help, bro. Like, you good. That's not strange to y'all? You don't want the answers to that? See, they've done multiple interviews and they've answered every question in the book about Nolan's race, about the parents, about Benjamin Crump, but they don't answer the pivotal question, which is, why is everything so sketchy and sus and strange when it comes to you guys? Why?
You know what? I didn't think about that. And they're also plugged in. And Warren comes from a family of power, y'all. Everyone knows Warren's family. So, yeah, they probably text the grandfather. And the grandfather probably called him directly. You know what? You're 1,000% right. I can buy that. I can buy into that. You know what I'm saying? I smell what you're cooking, Orange. I smell what you're cooking, Orange Lily. You know what I'm saying? You're using some seasoning, girl. Yeah, I smell you now. I smell you. I smell you.
So just give us straight up answers. Y'all ain't answering questions about this, though, but y'all going to answer questions about, well, did you know Nolan Wells was 25% Asian? What does that matter? Y'all let me know in the comment section what y'all think about this, bro. What do you guys think about this, man? All right? If you...
Yeah. Firm, Mississippi. They got hell in their hands. We not letting up on this. Hell no, we ain't letting up. Do y'all want to play that one more time without interrupting it? I mean, y'all are going to faintly hear what they're saying in the background, which is why I was telling you, you know, what they were saying. Do y'all want to hear it one more time? Because I've got some more content here I can use to back this up. It's drawing suspicion. I can give y'all other places to go. All right, I just gave y'all Poetic Flocko. All right, one more time? All right, one more time. Poetic Flocko, please forgive me, brother. That's why I got you on the thumbnail. Y'all make sure y'all go to Poetic Flocko and subscribe, man. You know what I'm saying? Hype this man video because I'm using the hell out of his content. He did it the best. He did it the best. He really broke it down. He really broke it down. All right, here we go.
They're telling their story as if, by the way, it confirms their story. It's actually the contrary. Now, he said this before the audio got released, and the audio is horrific. The audio confirms to me something really, really, really bad happened to Nolan. But he said this as if this is a confirmation and not a debunking or contrary to his story. If you're saying, hey, we left Nolan on an island, we don't know what happened to him, and our proof of this is we see Nolan cradle up with Katie in his arms. And we was calling Nolan over to get on the boat, and Nolan said he's staying, and Katie can confirm this. And then Katie says, according to you guys, Katie confirmed to you guys the last time she seen Nolan was when y'all was calling him over. Well, she wouldn't say that if Nolan stayed. If the last time Katie seen Nolan was when y'all was calling him over, that would imply that he went over to you guys. Katie even told the family that Nolan told her he was riding home with his friends and he had to go. Your very story confirms exactly what we suspected, which is Nolan went on that boat. Now, y'all called Nolan over at 3 p.m. Y'all was still on.
Y'all gotta excuse me, but I got the y'all know I don't eat meat, so I got the steam some broccoli, for a better choice of words, cause I got to be able to tolerate hearing this again, man. But I am gonna be letting y'all know what they're saying in the background. I will pause it just to let you know, because you're not gonna hear everything, and it's showing up on the screen here, so I'm gonna let you know as that comes. I'm gonna let you know.
The island for an hour and 30, trying to figure out that boat situation. So we don't know what took place in that hour and 30. But clearly something is not sitting right. In this audio.
Hey, man, salute to all the non-meat diets, man. Now, I do eat fish. I'm pescatarian. I do eat fish. You know what I'm saying? But salute, man, to all the... Y'all know what I mean by broccoli. Y'all know what I mean by broccoli. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know what I mean by broccoli. It's 420 somewhere. Can we say that? It's 420 somewhere. Can we say that? Now, you know, we got to watch what we say on YouTube, but y'all know what I mean by broccoli. But no, I don't eat meat. No, not at all. But I do eat fish.
This audio made me lose sleep last night, man. Now, the audio is of the 911, well, not 911 call, but of the emergency call that Wyatt made
Purple flowers.
to the boat operators or to some type of subscription that help people who are stranded on boats. So Wyatt made a call, and the operator picks up, and my God, you start to hear something very dark and grim from the beginning.
Connected. Female voice. He's dead. He's dead. I told you I'm going to pause this because in the beginning you can't hear it. But they're going to slow it down. You just have to listen. So as soon as they picked up, y'all noticed the call said connected. All right. Late night flight. That's what I'm talking about. They think they closed down Spirit Airlines. Huh? Yeah. Every time I book a flight this late night, boy, I think I'm on Spirit. You know what I'm saying? It just lifts my spirits. I'm just saying. Male voice says, sure, he's dead. Male voice says, sure, he's dead. If you're in here, ladies and gentlemen, and you have not hit the like button, please take time out, you know what I'm saying, to hit the like button. And if you in here and you are part of the 420 circle we talk about, man, pass that shit. Pass that shit. You know what I'm saying? Pass that shit. We all humans up in here. I'm trying to get everybody to see we all humans. It's about content and character. It's not about race. Damn it. 420 friendly. Come on now. God darn it. Let's go. Okay, so a male voice is saying, sure, he's dead. Oh, y'all should have heard it clear then. He's dead. Y'all should have heard it clear. Let's go.
They don't realize the AI operator already started recording because they believe they're waiting for somebody to pick up. They believe they're on hold waiting for a human person to come and assist them. So they're talking freely, waiting for this human. The AI operator is recording everything. So that's where you hear, he's dead. Oh my God, he's dead.
Seasonal assistant, Vicky speaking. How can I help you?
They were not aware that was already being recorded. So they get to speaking freely. The operator picks up now. Everything changes. Everything changes. So they're panicking. Oh my God, no. Hey, operator. Everybody on mute. But they still let a couple things slip through. Now, what proceeds to follow is one of the strangest calls I've ever seen in life. This is one of the...
Nah, I need somebody to tell me how the hell these people ain't locked up. I want someone to tell me why the hell they stuck with this lie when we already knew they was lying. You know, they knew they were lying. Did they really think they were going to pull this off? Did they really think that they could? I told y'all, man, the lies should have quit when the internet hit. No matter what y'all try to hide, there is a cloud of information y'all call the internet. You know what I'm saying? And this is why I take content creation and black social media, you know what I mean, so damn serious. You know what I mean? So damn serious. If it wasn't for us out here doing the work and raising hell, because y'all know the FBI, Ben Crump, everybody, comb these social media platforms. They want to see what we're coming up with. They're listening to us. They're listening to us. We can point out things that they may not notice. We're making their job easy with our concern right now. And I'm damn happy about that. Damn happy about that because Nolan deserves justice. Now, they held Carmelo accountable. But look at them running like cowards when it's time for them to be held accountable. This ticks me off, but let's roll with it, man. This is why I need my broccoli, man. This is why I need my broccoli. Let's go, man.
Strangest calls I've ever witnessed in life. You've never seen anything stranger than this before.
We're at the west tip of Horn, and our village pump stopped working. We're sinking. Can y'all please come? We have a membership.
All right, of course. How far is the water coming up, sir? Can you give me a description? Ankles?
Y'all didn't just catch that? Listen to the background.
Than this before.
We're at the west tip of Horn, and our village pump stopped working. We're sinking. Can y'all please come? We have a membership.
All right, of course. How far is the water coming up, sir?
Wake up. Wake the fuck up. Then Nolan makes a real faint noise. Almost like he was taking his last breath. He makes a real faint noise. They're going to say, wake up. Wake the fuck up. At that time, the audio picks Nolan's voice up. A real faint little, it's almost like he was, y'all, I'm going to run this back. Listen close. Listen close. I'll do this a couple times. Y'all put a one in the chat. You know what I'm saying? Let me know you heard it.
And in life, this is one of the strangest calls I've ever witnessed in life. You've never seen anything stranger than this before.
We're at the west tip of Horn, and our village pump stopped working. We're sinking. Can y'all please come? We have a membership.
All right, of course. How far is the water coming up, sir? Can you give me a description? Ankles?
Did y'all just hear it? Put a one in chat if you heard it. Put a one in chat if you heard it. Did y'all hear wake up? Wake the fuck up? You all, I think there was DRUGS involved. I think we're gonna hear something about you know, Fetty. I think we're gonna hear something about Fetty, y'all. I think this is a case of Fetty, y'all. There were D-rugs involved. There were D-rugs involved. That's what this is. This was a cleanup job. They did erase stuff out of his phone. They did construct this lie. Their parents helped them. We've got grandfathers in on this. You know, since 1776, hoorah, you know, we still got these, man, this is bad work right here. And we're supposed to trust these people? And they mad because we want to segregate again? What the hell do you think? Why the hell do we want to live around people that do things like this and lie about it? But y'all quick to want to hold us accountable and talk about black on black crime. What about this white on black crime right here? Y'all said that y'all are more than likely to be unalived by a black man. That's a lie too. Truth is, we're more than likely to be unalived by white people. You know what I mean? And y'all are more than likely to call this shit self-inflicted and try to cover it up. We know how y'all move, man. We know how y'all move. We know how y'all move. The truth is the truth. Y'all around here talking, oh, you're more than likely to be unalived, 12 times more likely to be unalived by a black man. That's a damn lie. That's a damn lie. Now, here's the part where I yell per capita, Shay Whitey. That's a damn lie. Because it's more of y'all. So that means that we all are more than likely, you know what I mean? We all are more than likely to be unalived by you savages, by you thugs. Thank God Carmelo had a poker. I wish Nolan had one too. I wish Nolan had one too. Y'all so quick to holler black on black crime. Why aren't y'all addressing this? Why are y'all running and covering this up? Huh? At least Carmelo was man enough to say it's not alleged. I did it. Huh? The young lady who unalived a man down there in Broward County, she popped him one time, boom, laid her firearm on top of the car, and she was already on the phone with local authorities. Huh? Why the hell y'all running like cowards? You got to put masks on and cone hats and stuff. And now you're going to run and try to clean this up when you guilty as hell. When you guilty as hell. The same people who heard and ushered Carmelo off. The same people who called him a watermelon felon. The same people who dismissed the fact that Rick Child ran 130 damn yards with his son Andy Child to unalive a 14-year-old who ain't stole a damn thing. Dismiss all of that, right? Dismiss all of that, right? Where's that energy now? Huh? Where's that energy now? Now who's playing victim? What did Malcolm X say? What did Malcolm X say? He said, if you're not careful, he said mainstream media will have you thinking that the criminal is the victim and the victim is the criminal. He told you that. What are they doing right now, ladies and gentlemen? Brother Malcolm X said that. What are they doing right now, ladies and gentlemen? Huh? What are they doing right now? What are they doing right now? Oh, don't get in your feelings. Don't get in your feelings. And don't worry, we'll roast your ass out of here. Don't get in your feelings. We will roast your ass out of here. Trust me. Don't get in your feelings. Facts are facts. See, you're mad right now. You all in your feelings because the truth is coming out and you're being exposed. People like you are being exposed. You're mad because your narrative has been debunked. Huh? You're mad because you've been believing a whole lot of this time and y'all done got so sloppy with your little demonic, diabolical ways that you're getting caught up in it now. Huh? Y'all still mad about OJ. Come on, man. Y'all still mad about OJ. Real talk. Let's get back into it.
Hello?
Hey.
Yes. How far is the water coming up, sir?
It's coming up. We're just thinking. I don't know. Like we're going down now.
All right. Well, let's get you going. Membership number or phone number listed on the account, sir.
I don't know the phone number.
I can't let that go. All right, that boy just came in here and said I'm a headline junkie, right? But still, where's the accountability? He's playing victim again. Why can't you say that y'all are cowards? Why can't you say y'all are thieves? Why can't you say y'all are liars? Why can't you say y'all are perpetrators? Why can't you say y'all are thugs? Why can't you say y'all can keep your hands up them goddamn children? Why can't y'all say that most of the doggone PDF files in this country are you guys? Huh? Why can't you say that? Why don't you know about 2977? That 29% of your population are made up of damn men, and 77% of them are convicted of child charges alone. Huh? And over 60% of all S crimes in this country are white people. 69% of all crimes reported in this country are white people. You know what I mean? Why can't y'all admit that? You always want to come in here and be like, oh, you're a headline junkie. Be a truth junkie. What's up, Jake from State Farm? Be a truth junkie. Tell the truth, man. Honesty and accountability. Damn race, damn color. None of us got to choose what color we want it to be. None of us. Damn that. But we all human. Y'all quick to say it's only one race, the human race. Well, act like it. Act like it. That's what I'm saying. And this ain't for the good white folks, man. You know what I'm saying? We recognize the good white folks. Hey, listen, I rock out with good white folks. I love good white folks. You know what I'm saying? So this ain't got nothing to do, you know what I'm saying, with the good white folks, man. We're talking solely to the YT inferior. I don't like to say white supremacists. That's giving them too much credit. We're talking to the YT inferior. They have an inferiority complex, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we even gonna talk about, I don't know if I can say that B word on here. I'm scared to say that. They censor us so much. But I agree with you, Orange Lily. I agree with you. I agree with you.
It's either Jerry Atkerson. I think it's Jerry Atkerson. Try that.
All right.
I know we have a membership like guaranteed. I don't
All
have
right.
the tag
Unless
on
you
here.
have a
You got
membership
ripped off.
number or anything, it's okay. I'll get you over to the captain. What's the best phone number to reach you at?
Reach me at 2.
All right. And is everybody on board in good health otherwise?
Yeah, everybody.
How many?
Somebody says,
Family, if y'all feeling me, I really need y'all to be hitting that like button. I really need y'all to be hitting that subscribe button. We have membership packages available, all of that. If you're really feeling me and you want the truth and you've been following this case and you're sick and tired, right here is where you need to be, because I'm on that type of ish, man. I'm on that type of time, man. I'm on that type of time. You know, they've been shadow banning me for the past 3 months. What does that tell? What does that tell you? I've been doing this for 6 years. See my subscriber count? And I've been shadow banned for 6 months. Huh? Regardless of what my finances look like, I'm still doing this. I'm still doing this. And can't nobody tell me I'm wrong. Jake, don't ask those type of questions on here. I don't need Homeland Security showing up at my door like I'm sitting here condoning violence or trying to start another, you know what I'm saying, war or something. No, don't do that, Jake. That's a little bit too much, Jake. That's a little bit too much, Jake. That's a little bit too much, Jake. Don't do that, Jake. I don't condone any violence. I disavow any racism. You know, man, this is just content, man. This is just us giving our opinions. That's what this is. That's what this is. You know. So I'm just gonna say racist YT fatigue is real. I don't want to say white fatigue. You know what I mean? Because I got white people that I love. You know what I'm saying? But the racist white fatigue is real. It's real.
I thought he was, and then it just like drowns out. So we don't know what that means. I could have 20,000 different theories. Y'all leave me at 3. What do you think that meant? This is where it starts to get really strange. The operator begins to ask very direct questions, and they begin to act like they don't know what she's saying. They begin to half answer questions that are very convenient. Like, for example, she says, yo, is everybody on the boat and in good health? He says, yeah, everybody on the boat. Okay, what about the good health part? But that's not even the strangest part. It's about to get really, really weird.
All right. Do you need the United States Coast Guard?
What?
Do you need the United States Coast Guard?
No, we do not need that.
All right, they're saying, Wyatt, check his chest. I'm going to run this back, and I'm going to turn the audio up just a little. I want y'all to let me know if y'all hear him say, Wyatt, check his chest. I need y'all tapping the screen, please. Tap that screen. Hit that subscribe button. We've got the Cash App there. We accept super chats, gifts. Y'all work with me, man. Y'all on and off YouTube. Y'all know how this go, man. Where's the support, man? Where's the love? This the late night vibe. We getting down to the truth, man. Come on, man. I'm up doing work. Don't nobody want to work for free. Come on. Come on, tribe. But y'all listen. I'm going to turn this up a little bit. Let me know what y'all hear.
Everybody on the boat and in good health. He says, yeah, everybody on the boat. Okay, what about the good health part? But that's not even the strangest part. It's about to get really, really weird.
All right. Do you need the United States Coast Guard?
What?
Do you need the United States Coast Guard?
No, we do not need that.
All right.
These aren't even the weird parts I'm talking
Wyatt,
about. You're going
check
to hear
his
the weird
chest.
part shortly. But even with this, somebody's saying, check his chest. After we heard somebody says, yo, he's dead. Nolan, oh my God, Nolan, check his chest. The lady says, y'all want the Coast Guard? No, absolutely, no. That was the most.
I'm going to be honest. That dispatcher caught all of that. And even though she showed passive aggression and she was trying to tolerate him, I feel like she should be investigated too. I feel like she still should have sent the Coast Guard. I feel like her hearing all of that going on in the background, if you are going to label that panic, then send authorities anyways, because you know and you can tell from your audio that there's an emergency. There's something going on in that boat and it's just a bunch of kids. You should have sent authorities anyways. They would have caught it right then and there. So it's at this point it's hard to say that the Coast Guard wasn't in on this, because the grandfather had to call, that captain of Ceto. Everybody's in. This is crazy. This is crazy, man. This is crazy work. She still should have sent some type of local authority, something. She could have solved this. They would have never had time to hide his body. They already drug him off somewhere. We're gonna hear the count. Watch this.
No Coast Guard. Why don't you want the Coast Guard out? And you're about to hear, like, the people that they wanted to come out, they're unavailable. So the next best people are the Coast Guards. But they must rather drown than to have the Coast Guards come out. Because the people that want to come out don't really have authority in anything. The Coast Guards are damn near law enforcement. The Coast Guards will come out and get to investigate and get to prowling around. No, why don't you want the Coast Guards out if the people who are supposed to assist you can't even come up? But at the end, you get to hear they called for no reason, right? Because his grandfather would admit, hey, we don't need help anymore. Sorry. So they wasted about 14 or 15 minutes on that phone call, I think, trying to establish an alibi. Because towards the end of the phone call, after they were begging for help, the grandfather says, oh, no, they don't need help. Don't send nobody.
All right, it looks like you're on Horn Island, correct? Are you on Horn Island?
Yeah.
All right. Is the boat sinking or you have it aground?
We were sinking, yes.
Is it aground is the question?
No, we're not aground. We're in 17 foot of water. We're in 31 foot of water.
All right, have to ask. What do you want to do? Do you want to be towed back?
I want to get this boat unstanked and towed back, yes.
All right, where would you like it towed to, sir?
You can tow it to Ocean Springs or Fort Bayou on.
All right, how many adults and children on board?
No, there's no children.
So, is there anybody on board? How many adults, sir? That was the question.
You're about to hear an answer to that question that will make your mouth drop on the floor. It will literally make your mouth drop on the floor. Because, hold on. You answered the children question very quickly. How many adults, children? No children. Okay, how many adults? They begin to hesitate. They begin to panic. They're panicking so much, he says...
Because he knew that they would be punished as adults. He knew that they would be... His stepmom is a judge. He knew that he would be punished as an adult. Come on, man. We got to think like them, man. Right, no children. We all under 21. 18 makes you a legal adult, last I heard. Last I heard, 18 made you a legal adult.
Something just absolutely stupid. But I don't think this kid is dumb. I feel like what he said is out of sheer panic because he didn't want to share the real number.
Oh, is there anybody on board? How many adults, sir? That was the question.
All right, Jake, I thought so.
Hello,
Thanks,
can you hear
Jake.
me?
Mind you, it's not a service issue because we can hear everybody else in the background. So it's not a service issue. Oh, no, he hears exactly what she said. How many adults on board? He doesn't say nothing for a while, and then he responds back with the dumbest possible answer.
Oh, is there anybody on board? How many adults, sir? That was the question. Hello, can you hear me?
They're busy getting one of the adults off the boat right now. They're busy getting a deceased adult off the boat right now. That's another reason why he's struggling to answer this question about how many adults are on the boat right now. She's asking very specific questions for a reason. For a reason. But they are busy dragging one of the adults off right now. So he don't know how to answer that question. You're right, Orange Lily. Crickets. Crickets. You're right. You can hear a rat piss on cotton right now. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right.
Hey, jump in and pull the plug, Bart, while you're going.
Hello, sir.
Hello.
Yep, I just need you to answer these questions so I can get you over to the captain.
Okay.
How many adults on board?
There are 0 adults on board.
There's nobody on board the boat?
No. Nobody here is over the age of 21.
There's not a person in America. There's not a person in America, probably not a person on planet Earth, who don't know what an adult is. An adult is anybody over the age of 18 in America. Simple.
Get him, Jake. Get him, Jake. I hear you, Jake. Jake say, don't need mommy to hold your hand. Get him, Jake. Get him, Jake. That's what I'm talking about, Jake from State Farm. See, that's why I rock with you. You know what I'm saying? I know you solid. Even though you come in here trolling, I rock with you, man. You know what I'm saying? I rock with you. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about right there. Salute to you, Jake. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. The judge is on another line. That's what I'm talking about, y'all. Y'all don't understand. See, I told y'all the one about race. Me and Jake tight, but Jake isn't black. But Jake likes the truth too. You know what I'm saying? Jake down with black people. Jake know we love good white folks too. You know what I'm saying? We just good folks. All of us in here vibing tonight are good folks. And that's what it takes, y'all. See? So Jake has a problem with this too. Turtle, peace. Yo, what's good, brother? Huh? What's good, brother? Yo, we out here. Let's hit that like button, ladies and gentlemen. Tap that screen for me. Put something on the screen for me, please, and thank you, ladies and gentlemen. I'm grinding, I'm working. Come on, ladies and gentlemen. Somebody look out for you, boy. Somebody look out for me. Come on, let's go.
That's what an adult is. So the fact that she asked you, how many adults on board? Oh, no, there's nobody over the age of 21 on board. That's because you are avoiding and refusing. You don't want to answer the question, bruh. You don't want to answer.
I can't lie, man. Poetic Flacco, man. Poetic Flacco, you did this, bro. You did this, bro. You always make great content, but Poetic Flacco, salute to you. Brother, you blew this one off the roof. You Poetic Flacco, man. You know what I'm saying? Salute to you, brother. Salute to you. You did that, my man. You did that, man. Hats off.
Question. Because Nolan is what, 19? Everybody on board is like 18, 19, so you are doing everything in your power to not answer the question. That's like your girl asking you, hey, bro, did you go out last night and cheat? Man, I went out last night. Well, did you cheat? I ain't cheat on my diet all week. Huh? Wait, what? That's not right. No, you're answering this question being deceptive.
You're right. He made his bed hard. Now he's got the lie in it. And yes, Orange Lily, they are avoiding accountability. Jake, you a moderator now. You know you got to put up a profile picture, Jake. Jake, you are a moderator. You know you got to put up a profile picture, Jake. You know you got to put up a profile picture, Jake. But Jake, you troll so much, I give you a pass. At least put up a picture of a troll. Put up a picture of a troll or something, Jake. We just got to get rid of the pink, Jake. We got to get rid of the letter. You know what I mean? If you're a moderator, you know, you got to go ahead and put something up there. You know what I mean? You got to put something up there. Virgo says, this is not fair in this day and time having to deal with this devastation. I agree. All right, Jake. I feel you, brother. I feel you. These things take time, my man. I know.
It's really that simple. And I'm looking at this like, yo, why is it whenever something comes out, it's always something sketchy with it? Now, I understand if we're just being super analytical, super looking into it, but even the person who's like completely in the middle and neutral and not biased, can you hear this call and tell me this is a normal call? Can you hear this call and tell me people are not being deceptive in the...
Can you tell me what the hell these type of people do that's normal? And I'm not talking about the good white folks. I'm talking about these type of white people. What have they ever done that was normal? Again, good white folks, I'm not applying to y'all brothers and sisters. If it don't apply, let it fly. We rock with y'all. We rock with y'all. You know, we rock with y'all. But a lot of y'all are tired of that racist demographic of y'all community too. A lot of y'all are tired of being compared to that racist demographic in y'all community too. And those are the people we are addressing. You know, those are the people we are addressing.
Call. Can you hear this call and tell me this is how normal people answer questions? How many adults on board? None. Huh? What? Whoa, nobody on board? Nobody over 21 on board? Can you just answer the question they're asking? Oh, but it gets worse. It gets worse.
Adults on board.
There are 0 adults on board.
There's nobody on board the boat?
No. Nobody here is over the age of 21.
Sir, that was not the question. Is there a person? Is there a person, a living individual on the boat?
There's the dragging noise. That's why he was hesitating, because they were dragging a non-living adult individual off of the boat. So he did not know how to answer that. Did y'all just hear the dragging noise? That was them dragging Nolan. Y'all know what dragging feet sound like. Heels being drugged. They had him under the armpits, dragging them. Y'all know feet dragging across something when y'all hear it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that judge, she gonna get locked up too. And why is that tip line? That tip line is forwarded to her office and the sheriff's office. Tell me why. Tell me why. If she's already covering for her stepson, why is she forwarding the tip line, the hotline, to her office? Tell me that, y'all. Now, we just watched what Collin County did to Carmelo Anthony. And now we're watching them try to clean this up for children who look like their children. But children who look like us, they did everything they could to nail them to the cross as if they were Jesus. But when it comes to theirs, they're protecting theirs. Remember, we get the jail time and they get rehab. Y'all know how this goes. Y'all know how this goes. And they're doing it again. And these people will look you in the face and tell you racism don't exist. Yes, it does. And they know it does too. And they know it's them. But we've got to put them on notice. We've got to let them know that we are sick and tired. We got to let them know that y'all are no longer going to be purging us. Y'all are no longer going to be treating us like this. You're no longer going to be counting us out. You're no longer going to be pushing us around. You know, we don't care about you hurling the N-word. Just know it's repercussions. It's repercussions. Y'all around here talking about freedom of speech. You know what I mean? Freedom of speech, that's cool. Exercise your freedom of speech, but just know it comes with repercussions. It's still a provocative term, a provocative, derogatory word, either way it goes. So you will be surrendered the disrespect you're looking for. You will be surrendered the disrespect you're looking for. Uh-oh, we got Dougie in the house. Dougie! We got Dougie in the house. What's good, Dougie? What's good, brother? Salute to you. One time. Y'all know I'm just up. I'm talking my ish. I'm up. I'm talking my ish. Let's go. Let's go.
Hello?
Bro, you heard what she said, bro. If you can respond, you heard it. And it's
And I'm telling you, I'm up too. I done slept all day like somebody gonna have a baby from me, man. I done slept all day like somebody pregnant. Oh, I'm up. I'm up. You right, Dougie. They have 400 plus years to master the art of amnesia and selective memory. God, I'm trying to tell you, I'm with your brother come in here cooking. That brother come in here banging pots in the kitchen. Huh?
not like the service went out. No, because we're hearing the background. If we can hear the background, then you can hear her. If we can hear the background, then we could have heard you. So you're not saying anything. Man, you heard her, bruh. Yo, the question caught him off guard. Is there any living person on board? He probably felt like, next question did about to ask is there any dead person on board today? So that question caught them off guard.
Yes, it did.
And I'm sitting back like, yo, what went on? Because we heard from multiple people. From multiple people we heard from, there was a fight of some sort. Now, they're all claiming Nolan was not a part of this fight, but they all said the fight is why they wanted to leave in a hurry. They began to pack up and leave. They said immediately.
Okay. Tristan has come out and said that he got in a fight. You know, he said the altercation we heard on land when everyone was looking towards them. Tristan said that was him. You know. So maybe another fight occurred and it was Nolan on this boat, or it's a continuation of Nolan being in a fight anyways on land. Maybe this was a continuation because it was said that Wyatt and Nolan had gotten into it. And who were they calling to check Nolan? They were calling Wyatt. They called Wyatt. Who did they call to help drag him off the boat? They called Wyatt. Wyatt and Nolan allegedly got into an altercation. I'm telling you, this has been said so many times. So many times. Have we heard from Wyatt yet? I don't think we've heard from Wyatt.
After the fight is what made them want to leave. I don't believe that fight did not involve Nolan, man. I'm telling you guys right now, I just don't believe it, bro. Now, if a fight occurred on the boat, wouldn't that be the reason why the pump is destroyed? That's just my theory. I don't know. But we don't have to have the answers. We are not the ones that was there. All we can say is something isn't adding up, and we need answers. Now, he eventually gives a head count, and he says 7.
Is there a living person, someone breathing on the boat? Is there anybody on the boat?
Yes, there's lots of people breathing on the boat.
All right, how many people, sir?
Like 7 people.
All right, thank you. Does everyone have
Like 7. Like 7. And someone goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I like to run that back, y'all. I like to run that back. I like to run that back. Y'all listen. Listen close.
That's just my theory. I don't know. But we don't have to have the answers. We are not the ones that was there. All we can say is something isn't adding up, and we need answers. Now, he eventually gives a head count, and he says 7.
Is there a living person, someone breathing on the boat? Is there anybody on the boat?
Yes, there's lots of people breathing on the boat.
All right, how many people, sir?
Like 7 people.
All right, thank you. Does everyone have life jackets on or available to them?
Yes, we have life jackets available.
All right, verify what boat's sinking.
A Triton, 22-foot offshore, 22-foot Triton offshore sea flight hull.
All right.
That boy was nervous.
All right. Please hold.
That boy was nervous. He ain't panicking because he's sinking. That boy panicking because he know he finna get locked up. He know that this is a crime of passion now, and they've got to clean this up somehow. They've got to clean this up. And if it is D-Rugs, why is Nolan the only one that it affected? So this still says it's foul play somewhere. I think it was this fight. I think Nolan hit his head on something, or they choked something, y'all, something. We can't let this go like this. We see this too much, man. We see this too much. We see this too much with law enforcement. They don't care. They don't care. Did they care with Tamir Rice? They don't care. Did they care with Breonna Taylor? They don't care. Did they care with Sonia Massey, Sandra Bland, Freddie Scott, Walter Gray, Ashton Kutcher, Terrence Crutcher? Terrence Crutcher. They don't care. Brother Stephon Clark. They don't care. They don't care. Botham Jean. They don't care. Patrick Leoya. They don't care. And now we've got to worry about the government covering this up too. And you got a president that'll pardon PDF files. But we also have a government that won't incriminate, white assassins, thugs. But we watched them throw our people under the jail for 35 years when we know it was self-defense. Somebody got to make this make sense to me, man. And you can't tell me I'm looking at this one-sided. You can't tell me I'm looking at this one-sided, man. How the hell has there not been any arrest warrants issued? How? I'm not sure if I haven't heard a lot about Warren's dad. But listen, that dad about to be sleeping alone. Because your son and your wife, they got to take that trip. I remember y'all was yelling, lock him up, lock her up, something about Hillary Clinton. Yeah, you need to bring right down lock them up chance. You know what I mean? Because truthfully, boy, y'all should have been locked up for the whole Epstein thing too. So we finna see lots of white people get locked up. Lots. Javon, you're on the list, Javon. Because your original TMZ video, that was a little sketchy. And we also saw your mama bump you in that other clip. You know what I mean? That's a little sketchy. That's a little sketchy. At this point, I'm only believing the parents and I'm believing Ben Crump. At this point, I'm only going to believe the parents and I'm only going to believe Ben Crump. And yes, I was hard on the parents in the beginning, but I said what I said out of love. You should always know where your children are. You should always know who your children are hanging out with. You understand what I'm saying? You should be there. Chaperone the occasion. Tell your children the truth. Let them know who they're really surrounding themselves around so they know how to be observant. Be aware of your surroundings. That's facts. That's facts. Please don't write that anymore, Jake. Jake, please get that off the screen. I'm not trying to be investigative for nobody else's foolishness, man. I'm not on here, condoning anything like that. That's not my reason. No, I'm talking about justice for Nolan Wells. I'm not trying to start no war. I ain't telling nobody to go. No, that's not my position. I disavow that. That is not my position. I'm standing right here on camera. That is not my position. Jake, please don't put that on the screen again.
Transferring you to the local captain now.
Okay, thank you.
This is Captain Seth.
Hi, Captain Seth. This is Vicky from International. How you doing today?
Doing good. How are you?
Good. I apologize ahead of time. I really do. You're going to have a fee-for-service come up under Jerry.
Okay.
It sounds like a bunch of kids on board on Horn Island. He's letting me know that his father's a member, but he can't give me any information. And he's saying the boat is sinking.
Jake, you really trying to troll me hard into the night, Jake, from State Farm. Hell no, we ain't doing that together. Hell no, Jake. You want to be that crash dummy? Go crash by yourself. You know what I'm saying? Go crash by yourself. Hell no. Hell no. I'm black. I ain't going out there trying to do no white people stuff, man. I'm not going to get the same grace you get. You can go pull that off. You'll be all right. Go pull it off. You probably got attorneys and judges in your family, too. The police that show up, they going to look just like you. You know what I'm saying? And then you can always just blame it on the black man. Hell no, I ain't in on that. Hell no. Hell no. Hell no, Jake. They gonna as soon as they pull up, they see me with you, they gonna tell you to blink once if you okay and blink twice if you need help. They gonna look at me and automatically think I'm the hell no, Jake. Nah, nephew, you in that one by yourself, homie. Hell no, I see you on Bay News 9. I see you on Fox News, homie.
And he's on Horn Island. It's just unfortunate. He's just a kid. There's a lot going on. So he said there's about a lot of people on board. He says he thinks about 7. I'm guessing they're all under 18. And I'm not trying to be rude. He wants you guys to go out there and unpump the boat and then tow it in.
Do you know what kind of boat it is?
He said a Triton 24 footer, but that's all he can give me.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I just actually got off the phone with his grandpa, who I'm guessing is the owner of the boat. And he said that Jerry. Yeah, he said,
okay.
I just hung up with him. He said that they don't need any help right now, but if something changes, they'll call me back.
So what was the purpose of them? What was the purpose of them calling then? If they're in the middle of an active emergency, the grandfather is not on the island. The grandfather is not there. They told the grandfather what's going on. The grandfather says, man, y'all better not bring any authorities over there. So then what was the purpose of this call? Why were they on the phone for so long, quote unquote, asking for help, but not answering any questions to get them help? But the grandfather is talking to the actual people, and they said, man, like, don't need help, bro. Like, you good. That's not strange to y'all? You don't want the answers?
Right. I keep peeping that change, too. You know what I'm saying? I keep peeping that change, too. They look at Jake trying to do what he do. Thompson Wesley Snipes, black. Jake, you stupid. Jake, you stupid. I see you, Jake. Jake doing what he do, y'all. That's the tribe troll right there, man. You know what I'm saying? He get a pass. Yep, that's a troll with a badge. You know what I'm saying? He get a pass. Jake keep us laughing. He trolled the right way. Jake is a damn fool, man.
That. See, they've done multiple interviews and they've answered every question in the book about Nolan's race, about the parents, about Benjamin Crump. But they don't answer the pivotal question, which is, why is everything so sketchy and sus and strange when it comes to you guys? Why can't y'all just give us straight up answers? Y'all ain't answering questions about this though, but y'all gonna answer questions about, well, did you know Nolan Wells was 25% Asian? What does that matter?
They don't know how to be accountable. They don't know how to be accountable. They don't know. But yeah, man. Yeah, man. All right. I don't know if y'all are familiar with, hold on. I'm gonna go Lakeisha first. I'm gonna go Lakeisha first, although I think Tisa Tales give good insight. You know what I'm saying? If you're thinking and you called in why they didn't go investigate and how they, right, that's why I say they should have sent some authorities anyways. You know, they should have sent some authorities anyways. Honestly. Actually, I'm going to go Tisa Tales this time. So, this is Tisa Tales. Marine expert exposes truth. They faked emergency call for alibi. Full audio. All right, I'm going to speed this up. The playback speed. But Tisa tells, I think her narrative she puts together on here makes a lot of sense. And if you actually go to this particular video on her page, you'll see that she has a woman giving an example of a bilger. I don't listen. I didn't grow up on the ocean. What is it called? A billinger, a bilger, whatever it is. You know what I mean? She's giving an example of how it's like one level, like in the floor. You pick up like a part of the floor, you know, and it's something right there that's ankle deep. So when the lady asked him how much water, is it ankle deep? Is it, he should have really been able to answer that from the example that she's given in the video. You know what I'm saying? From the example that she's given in the video, there's a white lady in the top right hand side of that video. Y'all go to the video. Go to Tisa Tells, Tisa, Tisa Tells on YouTube. You know, on YouTube. And it's called Marine Expert Exposes Truth. They faked the emergency call for an alibi. There's a lady in the top hand corner who's going to be walking you through it and showing you this boating equipment that the dispatcher was asking Warren about on the phone. And this should have been easy for him to answer, even when she asked him how much water. Even when she asked him how much water. So if y'all are searching for people who's putting the content out there, I'm telling you, along with Neek at Night, Nique, Neek at Night, night spelled Nite. Richard Taylor is putting it out there. We know about Poetic Flacco. Introvert Rockstar is putting it out there. There's so many platforms that's putting it out there. The Gentleman's Den is putting it out there. No Captivity with Freezy is putting it out there. Y'all got to search black social media, man. Y'all got to search black social media, man. Black YouTube, man. They're putting it out there. They're leaking the films. They're leaking so much stuff. Did I say Richard Taylor, Taylor House Publishing? They're putting it out there, man. 1250 podcasts. And don't forget me. I'm doing the best I can. You know what I'm saying? Don't forget about little old me. But I'm just giving y'all bigger platforms. Lakeisha.
It's everything. You guys, let's get into this. Okay, I don't know if the live already started, so I'm going to have to just redo. You guys, listen, thanks for joining. We have a lot to get into. This is a big update in the Nolan Wells case. But why is it so big? Well, as you guys probably saw from the title, you guys, I think we have definitive proof. And when I say definitive proof, I mean definitive proof that our suspicions were correct. That the 911 emergency seat-tow audio call was nothing but a red herring. It was a fake emergency call.
I'm obliged that you like me, but you like the conservative twins. You support them racist bigots. Huh? You support the, man. Man. I'm disappointed in you.
For an alibi, and there's a Marine expert that has presented God honest truth as to why it's a lie and also how pathetic it is. We also do have the full audio that we are going to go through and break down. I know you've heard the audio and versions of the audio, but I think it is very important that we go through the audio and juxtapose that with what all the experts are saying. All right. Are y'all ready for this? Let's get into it. Let me pull up my source material. Okay, we are going to put on our listening hats, but let's get into this. You guys, so much has happened. I am going to be dropping videos about Warren's Part 3 interview. I want to say one thing before we get into this audio call. So I'm thinking
Warren is a key suspect, and Wyatt is definitely a key suspect. Warren and Wyatt at this point, and that judge and that medical examiner, Stacey Turner, you know, and that district attorney, boy, she better make her next move her best move. And if that grand jury, man, this is Ben Crump, Ben Crump, I admit, I really don't rock with you, but I'm so glad you on this case. I'm rocking with you right now. You know what I mean? Oh, Ben Crump, I hope you get the whole damn Ocean Springs community locked up. You know what I'm saying? Us black people, we need us some land. That'll be a quick, easy way to take us some land back. That's a quick land grab. You know what I mean? They did it to us. Locked their ass up. You know what I'm saying? And please, you know, give out that land. Can it start at $5? Like, you know, can history repeat itself like the $5 Indian Act? You know, kind of like similar to the Homestead Act. Can we handle that? Can we handle that? We need that land. You know what I'm saying? We'll call it 40 acres and a few mules. Please, lock up the whole damn Ocean Springs community. You know what I mean? Lock them up.
I think all this stems from Warren's powerful family. I think that they thought they were going to zoom in, Olivia Pope this mess, and have us all sitting there like meat, can't speak. I think they thought they were going to swoop in and gag us with, here's the timeline, here's the 911 call, here's everybody saying that Nolan walked off into the sun at 3 p.m., Now, literally, I think they were sitting there talking about, we're going to shut these moon crickets up. 1, 2, 3, together, right? I think they thought they were literally assembling like Voltron. But as Big Crump showed us, you thought that was going to happen. Now, after you listen to this call, a couple of things that I need you guys to actually keep in mind, and then we're going to bring the expert in that's going to destroy all of it. The one thing that stays on my mind that hasn't changed at all is, one, there's Nolan's mama, there's Katie, there's Warren, there's also Trayvon or whoever, and people are coming out of the woodworks. They should have all stayed quiet. Because first of all, let's talk about Warren. And again, this is my opinion. But Warren showed up dressed and looking like every guy in the teen movie that tries to roofie the girl. Every guy in the teen movie that's spreading rumors. Your son came on.
Damn, what you trying to say? He's dressed like a diddler? Damn, she going in. She trying to say Warren showed up for that interview dressed like a diddler, y'all. Damn. Damn. She the main medical examiner of, I think, 4 boys. Yeah, Stacey Turner. That's her. That's her. You nailed it, Virgo. You nailed it.
Officer to Django's channel, right? It's interesting you said your best friend since childhood was black, and you went on an Uncle Coon, Tom, Cat, whatever you want to call him, Captain Work. The whole purpose of my opinion, the whole purpose of his channel is to literally call black people ghetto, trashy, N-words, emphasis on the woman, because he loves talking about a black woman. So white people, racist white people, can sit there and applaud. His whole channel is dedicated to besmirching and talking down to his race. That's an interesting, bold choice. That's where you went. That's like something happening to me and y'all going to the Grand Wizard and being like, can y'all help me set up a GoFundMe for...
Y'all, she likes to talk and get off topic sometimes. You know, she's a very talkative woman. But when she delivers, y'all. It's hard for me to listen to her because she's a yapper, boy. She's in the right field. She's beautiful. She does great work. But man, she chose the right field because this sister can talk. You know what I'm saying? She'll venture off sometimes, but she'll focus. She'll refocus, y'all. But this sister can get it. Her content is definitely made for women. You know what I mean? Her content is definitely made for women. She don't even pause when she talks. She don't breathe. Again, she does great work. She's beautiful. She's been around a long time. She's very creditable. But she's just definitely, she's for a woman. It's hard for a man to listen, but yo, salute to Tisa Tells. Salute to Tisa Tells. Her hot self.
For Tisa, why I got 4 black grandparents? Why are you going to the Grand Wizard asking me? Well, let me get to my point, right? My point of the matter is, one, the visuals. Warren looks like a dirtbag. Warren looks like, I don't know if he would roofie a girl's drink. I'm not saying he would go that far, but if I found out he was involved in a plan to roofie girls' drinks, I would say I would not be surprised. You went up there looking just untrustworthy also. I was just looking like, I don't know. I've seen enough teen movies to know to watch out for you. But the more they talk, the more they try to push their narrative. And I realize they're not talking to us. They're talking to the members of their community. See, when they talk about, oh my God, Big Crump is being divisive, they're not talking about black-white divisive. No. Big Crump is turning the pressure up so much that people in their own community, fellow colored people, are looking at them like, what did happen to Nolan? That don't make any sense. That's what they're calling divisive. They're starting to be questioned by members of their own community. And if they're being questioned by members of their own community, that means that this little cover-up, I believe it's a cover-up, something's going on, is actually not going to work, okay? All right, you guys, let's get into the Marine call. First of all, I do have to put a disclaimer. I know that there's an 8.5-minute call from TMZ, and I also know there's an 11-minute call. Where in the beginning, it sounds like they're saying, oh my God, Nolan's dead.
Y'all notice she's still yapping? Y'all notice she's still yapping? Now, when she get to it, she's going to get to it. I should have started this on cue, but even if I do, she's still going to kind of go off topic and yap a little bit. This is Tisa. Tisa be telling everything. You know what I mean? But her beautiful soul be working, man. her beautiful soul down. She'll be reporting the accurate news, though. You know what I'm saying? She be going in.
This and that. Let me tell you something. I'm not playing that first 3 minutes. Why? I'm going to let you know why. One,
with base 44, a simple sentence becomes your website.
Oh, what happened?
well, I'll be real with y'all. They are trying to sue people to shut people down. All right. A lot of legal stuff has been going on in the background between a lot of people that are speaking out for justice for Nolan, and they're going to turn it up. That first 3 minutes when it sounds like somebody saying, "Oh my God, Nolan, he can't breathe," I have not been able to verify whether it's real or AI at all. If it's real, I'm sure Ben Crump will come and say something about it. I'm going with the TMZ version because the TMZ has verified that it's an official version. That other stuff in the beginning, Nolan can't breathe, this and that, it could be real, it could not be real. But I do think at this point they are putting out red herrings to try to get people caught up into accusing people of doing certain things with false evidence, which goes into the FBI-led thing of harassment, okay? So until that 11-minute clip in the beginning when somebody's screaming, "Oh my God, is he breathing, Nolan, this and that," first of all, and then second of all, I do remember, you know that little science experiment where you hear noise and then they'll be like, "No, didn't you hear?" Shh, quick. Or like any phrase. And all of a sudden when somebody suggests it in your head, all of a sudden you're like, "Wait a second, it does sound like that." It's very easy for us to hear what we want to hear when we're listening. It is the nature of language. Again, I cannot say that it is real or fake. I know that there is the FBI investigations. I know they are trying to target anybody that is speaking out on behalf of Nolan and demanding justice.
Okay, Tisa. Okay, Tisa. We get it. We get it, sweetheart. We get it. But the audio is not going to change. You're going to hear this in the background regardless. I'm going to hear the same thing in the audio that you're going to play. Because I've listened to both versions. The short version and the long version. You know what I'm saying? You know it. Snoop Dogg. Da-da-da-da-da. It's the D-O-double-G. Da-da-da-da-da. You know we rolling with the UNCUT. Ah.
And I know that these people, in my opinion, are playing very, very dirty. So let's go with the verified version right now. Now, if it comes out that that 3 minutes in the beginning is real.
Uh-oh, Virgo threw me some. Virgo say, okay, that was creative. I appreciate that, Virgo. Virgo has broken my virginity on here, financially and economically. Thank you. Y'all know we got to put Virgo in the chat. Y'all know we got to put Virgo in the chat. Y'all know we got to put Virgo in the chat. Thank you, Virgo. I appreciate that. Oh, damn. Uh-oh. Virgo showed up with the gold coin. Virgo showed up with the gold coin. Man, come on. Y'all know around here when people give, we got to put their name in the chat, man. Y'all know we got to put their name in the chat. I will not hit this play button till I see Virgo name circulating in this chat. Because Virgo the only one to put me on the board tonight. I appreciate you, Virgo. I appreciate you. Hey, I'm up, y'all. I'm up. I've been streaming since 11:30. I'm 2 hours in. You know, I had 6,500 people in my live stream, you know, yesterday morning. I'm working. Y'all know I like the late nights, early mornings. I don't really like to compete with, you know, the algorithm and all these other top YouTubers throughout the day. I'll put out shorts, you know what I'm saying, things of that nature. But y'all know the nighttime is the right time. While they sleeping, I'm creeping. You know what I'm saying? I'm keeping y'all entertained while y'all favorite content creators are actually sleeping. You know, so I got you. I got you. So I appreciate that, Virgo. I appreciate that. Salute to you, Virgo. That's real.
Then I'll play that. But right now, let's go with the verified version that Ben Crump and TMZ are both going with. All right. So let's get through the beginning. Then I'll bring in the marine experts' opinion, and then we'll do this, that, and the third. All right. Everybody on the same page? Okay. Let me make sure y'all can hear me, and that the live is actually living. All right. Listen. Here somebody said. Katie Sunshine said the call is real. A Freedom of Information Act request was submitted. At first, they only played the snippet to satisfy the public. You guys, I have the full 8.5-minute call that was actually gotten with the Freedom of Information Act. That call that has, and again, I don't want to argue with anybody because we're just trying trying to get to the truth. So I get it. Let me just tell you, that first 3 minutes or 2 minutes or whatever, one of the reasons that made me doubt its validity is for that call to be legitimate. That means when somebody called in on the emergency toll line, the toll operator just sat there quiet, listening, because it starts recording when the toll line picks up.
It said connected.
Equivalent, you called 911 and 911 was silent.
Wait, but it said connected. It said connected. We all heard it say connected. We all heard it say connected. But she could have a point. But I know I heard it say connected. And usually when it's connected, there's not too many places or businesses you're gonna call now that's not recording the conversation. You know, that's not recording the conversation. They're not asking your permission. They're letting you know you're being recorded. And if you don't want to be recorded, your only option is to disconnect the phone call, to terminate the phone call.
For 2.5 minutes, and then said, "Hey, what's your emergency?" Somebody would have heard the phone, like pick up. Somebody would have said hello, and it wouldn't have been time for all that screaming in the background. Again, I don't know if it's valid or not. I'm going with the version that Ben Crump has said is valid, and the version that TMZ said about it. When Ben Crump says that the other version is valid, then we'll look at that. But right now, I'm going by what Ben Crump says. That's all. And what TMZ got this with the Freedom of Information Act, okay? So we'll wait to see what happens, but Ben Crump has not spoken on this at all. And if that's true, it actually is real. This will be such a valuable piece of evidence to bust the case open. So let me just say this. I hope that version is true. I hope it's true. But until then, you guys, with FBI involved and literally an altered thing where somebody's admitting to murder. Come on, y'all be serious. Okay, ready? Now, listen to this. Then we'll bring in the Marine experts, okay? But KB, I see your point. KB, okay? All right.
Hey, we're at the west tip of Horn, and our bilge pump stopped working. We're sinking. Can y'all?
Virgo, much appreciated. Coming through with the $2 super chat. Thank you. Man, if it wasn't for Virgo, man, I'd be looking like a poor hustler on this thing. Thank you, Virgo. I'm glad somebody understands, man. I'm glad someone understands. Thank you, Virgo. I'm committed to doing what I do, but what makes it hard to do what I do is the fact that everyone don't support it, man. I've been at this for hours, and if it wasn't for you, this is what it is. But you go on any other YouTubers live stream and their supporters are coming in, actually showing that support. So yeah, this makes it hard, but hey, I'm locked in, man. Justice for Nolan Wells, you know. Justice for Nolan Wells. Let's go. But I much appreciated, Virgo. Let's put Virgo in the chat, please. Let's put Virgo back in the chat. Virgo has sponsored tonight's live stream. Virgo is now the sponsor of tonight's live stream. I appreciate you, Virgo.
Oh, please come. We have a membership.
Listen.
All right, of course. How far is the work coming up, sir? Can you give me a description? Ankles?
Did y'all notice they said, she's saying that it's not verified, but you still hear the same thing in the background. I just heard it. Listen, watch this. Watch this. Watch this. You're going to hear the same thing in the background.
It's like pick up. Somebody would have said hello, and it wouldn't have been time for all that screaming in the background. Again, I don't know if it's valid or not. I'm going with the version that Ben Crump has said is valid.
Listen to the background.
When Ben Crump says that the other version is valid, then we'll look at that. But right now, I'm going by what Ben Crump says. That's all. And what TMZ got this with the Freedom of Information Act, okay? So we'll wait to see what happens, but Ben Crump has not spoken on this at all. And if that's true, it actually is real. This will be such a valuable piece of evidence.
All right, Virgo says, cut it out. Keep doing it. Keep doing it, love. It's the only thing keep me coming back to the black community. We have to stay informative. I agree, but it's got to pay off too. I be wanting to upgrade things, get new equipment, you know what I mean? That comes with the support of the people who follow. So that's why I'm saying thank you. That's why I'm grateful to you. A little means a lot in the world where I come from. So I'm humble, I'm grateful. I just wish more people would follow your lead, you know, but this is what I go through on this grind, you know. But when the ancestors and the higher power see it's fit time for me, you know, to have my breakthrough, you know, it'll happen. It'll happen. Let's go.
To bust the case open. So let me just say this. I hope that version is true. I hope it's true. But until then, you guys, with FBI involved and
Jake, you go to hell, Jake. Jake asked me, have I ever thought of plantation work? Jake, you the only troll that could probably ask me that and get away with it. Damn you, Jake. Damn you, Jake. Have you ever thought about bathing more than once a week? Have you ever thought about that, Jake? You gonna start this tonight, Jake? Have you ever thought about washing your dirty ass more than once a week, Jake? Huh? Jake? Jake, have you ever considered that it's just nasty, you know what I'm saying, to be letting your pet poodle lick you all in your mouth? You know what I'm saying? Your poodle just got done licking this bunghole, you know what I'm saying? And now he licking you all in the mouth and you licking them back. Y'all are French kissing each other. You know what I'm saying? Come on, Jake. Don't start, Jake. You know what we do, Jake. You know what we do, Jake. Nah, Jake cool, y'all. Don't get the wrong notion of him. He just trolling to laugh and hype things up. He don't mean no harm. You know what I'm saying? Jake cool as hell. Now he'll talk his shit now. He'll go in with you, but he's good people. I don't want nobody to get the wrong idea of Jake. He's just a legitimate troll. He likes to laugh, but he's not gonna cause bad trouble. You know what I mean? He's just gonna troll.
Literally an altered thing where somebody's admitting to murder. Come on, y'all, be serious. Okay, ready? Now, listen to this. Then we'll bring in the marine experts, okay? But KB, I see your point. I see your point, KB, okay? All right.
Hey, we're at the west tip of Bourne, and our bilge pump stopped working. We're sinking. Can y'all please come? We have a membership.
Listen.
All right, of course. How far is the word coming up, sir? Can you give me a
I just heard the same thing. Wake up. Wake the fuck up. I just heard the same thing even in the audio she's using. Let's go.
description, angles? Hello?
Hey.
Yes, how far is the water coming up, sir?
It's coming up. We're just thinking. I don't know. Like we're going down there.
All right, well, let's get you going. Membership number or phone number listed on my account, sir.
I don't know the phone number. It's either Jerry Atkerson. I think it's Jerry Atkerson. Try that.
All right.
I know we have a membership, like guaranteed.
All right, unless you have a membership number or anything, it's okay. I'll get you over to the captain. What's the best phone number to reach you at?
Reach me at 2.
Hey, have you been researching dental implants?
No, I have not. No. Hell no. Hell no.
All right, and is everybody on board and good health otherwise?
Yeah, everybody.
How many? All right, do you need?
Okay, now, let's bring in the marine expert, first of all. But while we do that, I want to bring up a couple of points that you guys should keep in the back of your head because we will...
She's steady getting doggone super chats. That's why I like using other people's content, man. But anyways, did y'all know that y'all heard the same thing going on in the video that she played, the audio that she played? I still heard every single word, y'all. The reason I'm saying that is because it's authentic. And it's going to bust this case wide open. Ben Crump is not going to let on that he's aware of this. He knows that it's two different versions, but both versions say the same damn thing. I'm still hearing this word for word, even in the audio that she's using. I can still hear it in the background. I can still hear it. Oh, shucks, there go Jake the Snake. Oh, there go Jake from State Farm. There he go. Jake say, I got you, I got you, I appreciate that, Jake. I appreciate that, Jake. That means a lot. Let's get Jake going, y'all. Let's get Jake going in the chat. Let's get Jake from State Farm going in the chat, y'all. That's Jake from State Farm. Y'all already know I ain't gonna press play until we get Jake from State Farm going in the chat, y'all. We show that love. You know what I mean? He didn't have to do what he did, but he did. Times are hard. He made a sacrifice, and I appreciate that. Like I said, a little means a lot. So let's get Jake going in the chat, man. You know what I'm saying? Everybody was thinking Virgo. We can thank Jake, too. We can thank Jake, too. You know, let's do it. We got co-sponsors tonight. Co-sponsored by Virgo and Jake. Co-sponsored by Virgo and Jake. Let's get Jake from State Farm going in the chat, y'all. And I appreciate that, Jake from State Farm. Appreciate that.
We'll come back to this. One, already you see, every time she asks him a direct question, he gets very, very cagey. Two, him being like, I don't know, doing this, doing that, muting the phone, unmuting the phone. When he's being like, I don't know, I think it's Jerry Ackerson. Keep that in mind. Then he'll coming back and being like, no, I know for a fact it's Jerry Ackerson. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Let's keep going. Actually, a little bit more, and then I'm going to bring in the expert.
What?
Do you need the United States Coast Guard?
No, we do not need that.
All right. All right. Do you have your current GPS coordinates?
Yeah, I just heard him say, Wyatt, check his chest. I just heard him say, Wyatt, check his chest. I heard that plain as day.
Let me go look.
If not, I can send you a text message.
Hey, North. All right, are you ready?
Yes, I'm available.
North, 33, 5.
Okay, let's pause that and come back. A couple other things you guys need to pay attention to, or at least it caught my interest, right? Can I have your GPS coordinates? Keep that in mind. He paused her, he muted her to find his GPS coordinates. If anybody's ever been on the water, you know, one, before you even call, you would have that in. But two, like she said, do you want me to send a text now? Again, when you do, we'll come back to that because I'm going to go off on a tangent. But let's actually listen to this marine expert that actually breaks a lot of information down, and make sure you look at what's going on with clear eyes and ears. For anybody listening that's just on.
If y'all want to see this, go to Tisa Tales. Lisa with a T, not Lisa Tisa. Tisa Tales on YouTube. Marine expert exposes truth. They faked emergency call for alibi. Full audio breakdown, Nolan Wells case. The reason I'm telling you to go there is so that you can look at the Marine expert in the top right-hand corner and what she's doing with the equipment to tell you and to show you that this was fake. She's going to be showing you how easy it was for him to actually answer these questions and how easy it was for him to be able to measure how much water was in the boat. And the only way that, you know, that piece of equipment can be broken on a boat. There's a marine expert in the top right-hand corner showing you. I'm just comfortable and I'm not going to turn my camera on. You know what I mean? Maybe I'll do a video about this and use that particular part. You know what I mean? But we'll see when we get there. But for now, it's a hell no to the no, no, no. Let's ride.
Audio. After it's done, I'll describe what was said. But let's juxtapose this with what the marine expert is actually saying. A captain of over 20 years that has a boat similar to the one that Warren actually has.
Vicky speaking. How can I help you?
Hey, we're at the west tip of Horn, and our bilge pump stopped working. We're sinking.
So what this woman is showing is this is a standard bilge pump in a boat that is Warren's side. Now, remember I did the video yesterday about, the fight that may have taken place on this boat actually broke the bilge pump. Everybody was like, Tisa, how can that happen, okay? I believe Nicole, everything on Instagram, actually was the one that found, who is this? Randy.
If you frequently need to go to the bathroom late at night, we recommend eating 2 pieces.
All right, it's called a bilge pump. Okay, I'm learning something. You know what I'm saying? The bilge pump.
And Bunny, is it Randy? Sorry, guys. Ignore me. R-A-N-D, Randy, R-A-N-D-I, and Bunny on TikTok, right? Sorry, y'all, I'm looking at the screen just like y'all are. She found this Instagram post, this TikTok with Randy and Bunny, because a lot.
Tisa beautiful. You know what I mean? She's a red bone. Red bones don't normally catch my eye. But Tisa is very beautiful, though. She's naturally pretty.
People, when we were talking about bilge pump, and people are like, Tisa, how can Nolan fall into the bilge pump? And actually, like, how can he damage it? The bilge pump is...
Uh-oh, what's good, y'all? We got Yop in the... chat. We got Yop and Jake connecting in the chat. Hey, I like it. Let's go. Get it lit. I like it. It's going to be a long night for me. I've already been streaming for a couple hours. And I've got a little minute to go. You know what I mean? I got a little minute to go. So, hey, I appreciate you. You know what I'm saying? Pumping it up for me. Yes, sir. I appreciate you getting lit for me. That's what's up, y'all.
In the cabin. It can be damaged by somebody's head being slammed into it. A fight or roughhousing. It literally is one plank that you raise up. Now, why is that so important? Because like she said, how come we couldn't answer such a simple question? Because anybody that's been on the sea, right? When the bilge pump is broken, especially when you're asking for a tow, it is critical to know.
Don't back down, Jake. Jake, show him what you made of, Jake. Show him what you made of, Jake. Hey, Show what you. Hey, Jake be standing up in the paint though. Y'all know Jake be standing up too. Stand up, Jake.
Like she said, how deep is the water? Because how deep is the water literally lets you know how much time you have before the boat sinks. Now, once a boat is sink, you can get unsafe, right? But even with the boat sinking, if you were by the island, why didn't you make...
Y'all keep it love though. You know what I'm saying? Y'all keep it love though, cause you know, Jake my boy. Jake my boy. Y'all keep it love. You know what I'm saying? Y'all keep it love. Y'all keep it love. Cause Jake is my guy now. Y'all keep it love. You know what I mean? We can roast and have fun, but nothing should be said personally, because I rock with everybody. You know what I'm saying? I rock with everybody. That's why I gave Jake a badge, so couldn't nobody kick him out. You know what I'm saying? Jake and DA, y'all know them my trolls right there. They're the tribe trolls.
Make everybody get off as the boat was going underwater. It's not like you guys were out at sea. You could have just gotten off. But let's get back into the Bills Club, and I'm just going to rewind it so you guys can set your eyes on. There's also a ruler that is on every boat. It's the same thing as in every car has well, should have a jack and a spare tire, right? Because you never know. You also have that. It is very, very pertinent. Also, if you were as underwater as you say you were, people would not be sitting on the boat. But the way they were all panicking, that's why she said, do you need the Coast Guard? What is going on? But let's look at the bilge pump again and why the tow operator asked those questions and why it's so odd he did not. And then we're going to get into the way I believe, and many others, that this was a fake alibi call. Let's keep going.
Speaking, how can I help you?
We open it up. You can imagine in a fight, Nolan falls back, boom in the back of the head, and somehow that damages the bilge pump. Let's keep going.
West tip of Horn, and our bilge pump stopped working. We're going.
So this is the first way you can measure, right? How much time that thing is, how much time you have. This is the first way you can measure. You take that ruler or whatever you call it. It's the same thing as having a spare tire and a jack in your car. You can measure this way.
Can y'all please come? We have a membership.
All right, of course. How far is the word coming up, sir? Can you give me...
If you don't have the ruler, you can use your ankle. I'm sorry, your foot to measure, which is common with boats in the bilge pump with captains. Look what she's showing you.
Description, ankles. Hello?
That's why she asked, okay, fine. You don't know exactly? Can you give me a description?
She opened like a little door underneath the floor, and she just literally rolled up her pants leg and stuck her foot down there to measure the amount of water that the boat was taking on. This so-called bilge pump. If it's that simple, yes, he should have been able to answer that question with no problem. There was apparently other things going on around him that was holding his attention. And when he answered her, what? I don't think that he was actually talking to her. I think he was talking to someone on the boat who was handling Nolan's body, and he replied to them, what? And that's what I believe. I'm shaking up my water, y'all. I gotta drop a little flavor pack in my water. Shaking up my water. Gotta get hydrated. You know what I mean? But I'm hearing the same thing in this audio, and I'm suspecting that Ben Crump has heard this and analyzed this. And I think Ben Crump may have a trick up the sleeve because he knows that there's a judge involved in this too. He has to go for everyone. We can finally see that medical examiner, Stacey Turner, go down. You know, we can finally see her go down because there's been lots of black bodies who came through her examination table, and all of them have come up undetermined for some reason. Undetermined. You know, so she should have been under investigation. That sheriff came out and blew a whistle and said that he does not suspect any foul play. He should be locked up. That governor, well, Lieutenant Governor, get ready. You know, real talk, man. And we know that that governor has a history of dressing up in blackface. Y'all just don't understand the racist history that surrounds the state of Mississippi, man. If there's going to be any state that's going to get it and get regulated, you know, it has to be Mississippi. Then we can move on to Alabama too. You know what I mean? But Mississippi, it needs to be listen, man, this needs to be dismantled, recognized, acknowledged, and dealt with in Mississippi. It's time to start rewriting the history of Mississippi.
Is it at your ankles? Again, this thing lets you know how much time you have before you're completely safe. Remember Warren was bragging when he was on the coast of Horn Island talking about something, people die here all the time. When you're part of a voting community, everybody knows in the voting community, this, that, and the third. Don't you know, South May Sunshine? And he was literally, doing whatever. This is not your first time on a boat. You know how to drive the boat. You are said captain of the boat. You know what she was asking. And every single time she asked for any specifics, he either played stupid, put the phone on mute, or walked around the question. I believe that was not on accident. Again, do you guys see why the tow operator was kind of getting smart with him? Because, how are you calling for a bilge pump and saying you're sinking, but you don't even know the basics of what's going on? It doesn't make sense. There's another reason she was like, are there any adults on this? Because to her, she's like...
He knew he was distracted. He knew he was distracted. I heard the very same thing in this audio, y'all. The very same thing in this audio. Nothing changed. I can't wait, man. I can't wait. It's Monday right now. I can't wait till about 10 o'clock. I want to hear what Ben Crump has to say about this, man. They're combing the internet. I know Ben Crump is on the internet. He's constantly reposting things. I know that this has drawn his attention. I know that he has eyes and ears on this. Is he going to come out and publicize it? I don't think he's going to broadcast his punches. But I don't think that he's going to let this get past him either. This is groundbreaking, y'all. They slipped up. This is groundbreaking. The whole time we've been asking questions, what happened to Nolan? And they've been, well, I don't know. We didn't see him, since 3 o'clock. Or we left him with Katie. He wanted to stay on the island. This right here proves that they lied. This right here incriminates them. It makes them mandatory primary suspects, y'all. It makes them suspects now. That's why they're nervous. I wouldn't doubt if they've already deactivated their social media accounts again. I wouldn't doubt it. I wouldn't doubt it.
This must be a little kid. Also, keep in mind, with the GPS, she said, what's your GPS coordinates? This is something also that when you call CETO, you would have in hand. It only takes a second. You're already on your phone. But not even that, I think the boat has something with GPS on. That's why she was very confused.
And he's very familiar with boats. Everyone from that community is familiar with boating. Why would he be playing dumb now? Why would he be unfamiliar with the information that she's asking him now? If your boat was really sinking, why wouldn't you have this information available and ready if you actually needed help? Why wouldn't you want the Coast Guard to show up? Because you had to move Nolan's body. You had to move Nolan's body. Yeah, man. This is getting deep, man. This is getting deep.
When he was taking forever to get that information, it's almost like somebody screenshotted coordinates from Horn Island, and he was busy texting, waiting for someone that y'all ever call on behalf of. I do this all the time with my family. My family does it for me. Whenever we got business to take care of, we always call on behalf of each other. Whoever got the most time in the family is like, all right, can you call customer service for me? Just say your name and blah, 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 blah. It's like, okay, hold on. We're going to send you a one-time authentication code. And you can go. They're about to send you, trying to hurry up. What's the code? What's the code? Because they're sending the code to the person who it really be, and you're faking beating them on the phone, and you're waiting for them to send you the authentication code. Be like, oh yeah, the authentication code is 123456. And then they're like, okay, thank you for verifying. This is so-and-so. Let's keep going. That's what he seemed like he was doing when he was like, They asked him a question he was not ready for. Even the way he was like, I don't know, I think we have a membership. And then he said, wait a second, we definitely have a membership. But let's finish this video because there's a lot of reasons I think and others think the way we think. But I want to hear what y'all think. So hold on, let me details. Hold on.
Hey. Yes. How far is the water coming up?
Like she says, this is a very easy question, and you should be able to answer it. Again, shout out to Nicole, everything on Instagram for actually discovering, I think, something that a lot of people missed. Let's look at the bilge pump. Let's keep going.
Sir.
It's coming up. We're just thinking. I don't know. We're going down now.
Exactly. So panicked. She's asking for more information. I don't know. We're just sinking. We're going down. Warren's heart is not even in the lie. I believe it's a lie. I believe it's a setup. Now let me give you exhibit, what are we on? A, B, C, D, E, F. Let's get exhibit K, okay? Let's get it. Hold on. And we have more videos, but let me give you exhibit K. Hold on. And play. Listen to this.
4672.
Now, I just told y'all that I think the reason why it took her so long to give her the coordinates is because I don't think they're on Horn Island anymore. And I think they're giving fake coordinates, meaning they're texting somebody on Horn Island being like, yo, send me like your GPS.
And you know what? You know what? Her point may be valid because he kept muting his mic. He continued to mute his mic. Why wouldn't you be able to know your coordinates? You know, I don't know, y'all. This is spooky, man. This is spooky. This is spooky, ladies and gentlemen. The fact that they were actually going to try to cover this up. You've got the DA, you've got the sheriff, you got the medical examiner, Stacey Turner. You know, you've got the governor. You've got judges in on this. You've got so many people in on this just to protect a white life. But these are the same people who would tell you all lives matter. But then again, they're the same people who had a problem with Black Lives Matter. Maybe they grasp now what we meant when we said Black Lives Matter. Because to them, a black life has no value. A black life has no value. And that is a problem. Because this country would not be a country if it was not for black people. If it was not for the indigenous. No one has suffered more than us. No one has been oppressed and afflicted more than us. No one has survived and thrived more than us. No one presses forward more than us. No one's history is suppressed more than ours. No one is lied to or reclassified more than we are. No one is targeted and unprotected more than we are. Y'all let me know when I'm lying. Let me know when I'm lying. At some point, you have to get tired. And I'm so thankful for black social media right now. You know, I'm so proud of how these black content creators been going in, you know what I mean, and digging in that Carmelo Anthony case and digging in this case and getting it done because we're going to see justice. We're going to see justice. And that's why they come over here trolling us, y'all. That's why they come over here trolling us. But they can't stop nothing. They can't stop nothing, man. They can't stop a thing, man. Unfortunately, until we show up and show out, they will under. Right. I'm with you, Virgo. I'm with you. I agree in totality, man. But there's only a select few of us who are willing to show up and show out because for some reason we've been tainted in fear. Oh man, hey, you touch them white people, you know what they're gonna do to you. But when you say things like that, you're empowering white people to touch you because now they understand that not a damn thing's gonna be done to them. So if the government and the justice system is not gonna fight for us, and then, you know, we've already got black people scared to fight, you know what I'm saying, for themselves because, man, you know, you touch them white people, then how the white people thinking? Oh, we could do whatever we want to do to these people. They in a catch-22. They know what's going to happen if they touch us. They don't want them problems. And they only got that energy for themselves. Black people have that energy for other black people all day. But a white man call you an N-word, you know, and you're doing your best to laugh it off. No, pimping. No, pimping. No, pimping. You're going to suffer the repercussions. You're going to suffer those repercussions. We've got to start standing up, man. If not, this is going to get more worse. This isn't a First Amendment right. This isn't some fight for the First Amendment. This is a fight to be blatantly racist. To be blatantly racist. You fear so-called Jesus. You fear God. You fear white people. You fear the system. You fear jail time. You don't fear failure. You don't fear bullying. You don't fear death. You don't fear history repeating itself. You don't fear your children becoming the next Nolan Wells. You don't fear all of that stuff. You don't fear your child coming up missing next and never ever seeing your child again. Now your baby a whole slave somewhere over in Pakistan or somewhere. You don't know. And I'm not trying to put that on. I'm just saying I'm just giving a quick reference. So that's no shade at the Pakistanis. You know what I mean? No shade. I'm not even saying to get down like that. I'm just naming a quick place off the dome. You know what I mean? But you don't have that fear. You don't have that fear, but you fear everything else. Man, it is our duty to stand our ground and protect ourselves, even if it's going to cost us. If you don't stand for something, you're going to fall for anything. Brother Malcolm X said, by any means necessary. Brother Malcolm X also said, it's time to stop singing and it's time to start swinging. I'm not the MLK Jr. type. I am the Malcolm X type. Let me say that again. I am not the MLK Jr. type. I am the Malcolm X type. And that's the type we need. Let's get back into it.
Simeon, that's why he had pressed mute and was like, hold on, listen.
All right, 4672. All right, you were breaking up a little bit. Can you just repeat it one more time to make sure I have it correct?
Muted.
Sorry, look.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, what?
So you're breaking up.
Annoyed. Can you hear me? Yeah, what? No urgency. Everybody in the back is freaking about something. And I do believe a fight broke out over the vote. And I believe that fight may have been over Katie. Because everybody's letting Katie off the hook, right? Let me take a quick sidebar before I forget. See, everybody's letting Katie off the hook. But the one thing I do know is this. Nobody finds it odd, well, nobody except for Ben Crump and his team and Nolan's parents. So I guess that's everybody. Nobody finds it odd that on Horn Island, that they said was about 300 people. It was a beach party for 4th of July weekend. Baby, I grew up in small town America. There is no party like a 4th of July party. Baby, there's just no party. You might be Cyrus party in the USA. Put my hands up, play my song.
I appreciate who's ever tapping that screen for me. You know, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Salute to you. I really appreciate whoever that is tapping that screen.
Okay, fine, right? Party in the USA, right? Anyway, there's no party like a 4th of July party. You would not leave that party at 4:30 p.m. Now, why is it so odd that everybody, from Katie to Trayvon to Warren to everybody else on the boat, they all have the same story? And it's weird. At 3 p.m., we saw Warren say he was dating Katie. So then what happened? I don't know. He just vanished into the sunset. Katie, at 3 p.m., he told me he was getting back on the boat. Did you see him get on the boat? I don't know. He vanished into the sunset. Okay, that's weird.
I agree, Virgo. Everyone on that boat knows exactly what happened. Everyone. Again, I got to go back to that dispatcher on that phone call. She heard too much for her not to send authorities anyways. I think that's her job. Unless it's just a tow company and they're not the police type. But even needing a tow is a form of emergency. So I think that makes her at least what we can consider a first responder. She should have sent someone out anyways. Man, much love to whoever tapping that screen right now, man. Y'all don't even understand the level of appreciation I have for you right now for tapping that screen. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I keep telling y'all, man, over here, little things mean a lot, man. Little things mean a lot, man.
Trayvon, did you know? No, at 3 p.m. First of all, what? Who was at a party watching the time like that? Second of all, it came out that Katie's boat, I guess, that's the thing, I'm gonna get to Katie's family. Katie's boat was docked almost right next to him. They looked like they was like a half mile apart, or on the other side, they were literally docked almost right next to each other. So tell me how. It's not like Trayvon was like, yo, I saw Warren, I don't know, I guess around 3:30. It's not like Warren was like, sorry, not Warren, Nolan. Listen, it's not like Warren was like, I don't know, I saw Nolan like I don't know, 3:15. It's not like Katie was like, I mean, I last saw him at 3:45. How did
I agree, Virgo. These are facts and facts that can't be ignored. I'm right there with you. I'm right there with you. And you know what? We're going to know by this week. We're going to know by this week. With this right here, and the way that this has been in the algorithm and flowing around social media, you know, this is a hot topic. We'll know something about this week. Ben Crump almost has to act on this because I just heard the same exact thing in the background, even on the audio she played. She said she played the verified TMZ version. It was verified by TMZ. They got it through the Information Act, and it was verified by Ben Crump. You know what I mean? So I still heard the same thing. I still heard the same thing. So regardless, we should be seeing some arrests or hearing something. You know, and we need that judge too. We need Ashley Cole too. We need Ashley Cole too because she knew. I have no respect for these devils, man. Because that's a cold game. We watched y'all do that to Emmett Till. Well, we know about y'all doing that to Emmett Till. I can't say we watched it. You know, but you're doing the same thing right now in modern day. But when we were trying to save Carmelo, we couldn't save Carmelo. But y'all were able to save Kyle Rittenhouse. But y'all couldn't save nobody from Dylan Roof and Peyton Gantron, right? Is this how this goes for real? Is this the energy they want? Is this the time they're on? Is it really a race war that they are trying to bring to birth here? And then my next question would be, why? Why are y'all so diabolical? Why is everything about war? Why is everything about control? Why is everything about manipulation? These are all questions with a genetic makeup of at least having an ounce of accountability embedded in you. And I don't think that they can even answer those questions. I don't think that they can answer those questions. It would take a 100% human being to answer that question. And last time I checked, black people were the only 100% human beings. We were the only ones that didn't have a Neanderthal makeup, a Neanderthal trait, a Neanderthal DNA. This is diabolical, y'all. They were going to try to sweep this under the rug. Think about how many black people, man, has been unalived throughout this country. And we tell people rest in peace. But they can't rest in peace because it's a cold case now. They're not investigating it. They ruled it self-inflicted. They ruled it well, y'all know. And these people aren't here to get their stories out, get their truths out. And we're watching them try to sweep something like this under the rug today to make Nolan Wells another Emmett Till. When all they have to do is tell the truth. These are all supposed to be white Christians. They'll tell you they're Christians. One of the 10 Commandments is thou shalt not lie, right? Thou shalt not bear a false witness. I ask y'all all the time, name one of the 10 Commandments that these people have not broken in order to maintain control or supremacy. You can't name not one. But black people around here writing this bullshit upon thy heart and trying to live right. Man, if y'all don't let that bullshit go, man, for real, y'all around here turning the other cheek. These people ain't turning the other cheek. They turning up the heat. Huh?
Everybody in this alibi that was questioned by police all see him at the same time. And they all saw him going different directions. But you were still there for an hour and a half. And your boats were almost right next to each other. Y'all was in eye distance. And nobody saw Warren for an hour and a half, even though Katie was with her and her boat and her crew.
And Alicia, I know you done popped your head in a couple times. I'm going to still tell you thank you for being here. You know, salute to you and thank you for being here.
were right next to it, and the other person, somebody's lying. Either Warren's mama, Nolan, Warren, or Katie. And I don't think Nolan mama is actually lying. But let's get back into this, shall we? Okay, let's get off the side of this, right? Food for thought. Food for thought. Because what's the odd that everybody sees him walking away the act?
I'm going to tell you when they should have really got nervous. I'm going to tell you when they should have really got nervous. They should have got nervous when Nancy Grace picked this up. Even Nancy Grace is getting death threats now and hate mail. They should have known. You know, their time was up when Nancy Grace picked this up, y'all. Nancy Grace does not normally take up for black people. Nancy Grace is all over this. She's not playing with it. She's staying with it, y'all. Nancy Grace is all over this thing. Honestly, that's when they should have knew they was done. Now, they got mad at Ben Crump and Al Sharpton. Whew, Nancy Grace is on their ass. Nancy Grace is just supposed to, you know, go away and be quiet and not say nothing because she's white. Man, Nancy Grace is on man, okay. If Nancy Grace plays this audio, we know it's verified, and Nancy Grace has the power to have these people, okay, watch. Play with it, man. Play with it. This week, we should know something. You know what I'm saying? The heat is on, boy. You know what I'm saying? The heat is on. Let's go.
Same time, and then you're there for an hour and a half extra, and nobody else sees him again. You don't even know if he got on a boat. Warren said he was cradled up with you, right? And you said, no, he said, I'm going back with my friends. But you ain't seen him get on the boat? You ain't do nothing? And you didn't see him after that? It's all very, very fishy. But let's get into this. So now, Warren is getting smart with the operator, because I believe that Warren's whole goal was to create an alibi, just an alibi call. And now that this girl is asking so many questions, he's annoyed. And he's like, I don't know, just send somebody out. Because he's annoyed. Because he doesn't have the answers to these basic questions. And what he was done is, but it gets worse. It gets worse. Hold on, y'all. Hold on.
If you need assistance, do you have a VHF radio?
No, we do not have a VHF radio.
All right, well, let's try to get you going.
Mind you, you're talking to the person that's trying to get... No, we do not have a VHF radio. Why are you so annoyed? I thought you were sinking. What happened? What happened? There's a lot of commotion and craziness, but none of it is about the sinking. Let's keep going.
You don't have good cell phone reception. Can you verify your coordinates one more time?
Okay, my coordinates are 30 degrees by 14.684 north, and then west by 88 degrees by 46.79.
Right, looks like you're on Horn Island, correct? Are you
Yes,
on
we
Horn
are
Island?
Yes.
All right, is the boat sinking or you have it aground?
We are sinking, yes.
Is it aground is the question?
No, we're not aground. We are in 17 foot of water. We're in 31 foot of water.
Still, they're very close to Horn Island because, as they said, again, do you see his annoyance? Because she's trying to find out basic information. And she's also double guessing the coordinates. She's like, wait, are you on Horn Island? Because the coordinates he gave her is literally like right there. But the thing is with Horn Island, why the Cajun Navy said it was so dangerous is because on Horn Island, you can very quickly go from 2 feet to dropping to 20 feet. So being in 31 feet of water, you are literally, what, 10, 15 feet from the shore? But we already saw the pictures of the boat being docked. And that's where all the boats were docked. Nobody literally goes ashore. But let's keep going. Hold on.
Y'all, they tried to say that this man wasn't even on the boat. Let's not forget that they tried to say that this man stayed on the island. Now we know he was on the boat. They cannot ignore this, man. You know, I'm losing sleep over this, y'all. I'm losing sleep over this. I've been streaming since 11:30. Probably about since 11:15 Eastern time, y'all. I'm losing sleep over this. If I turn this camera off right now and try to go to sleep, I'm going to toss and turn, and I'll probably be right back up and probably be right back live again, or never go to sleep because I'm digging for more information, you know. And yes, I'm subscribed to the Houston News, but everyone is under a gag order. So yes, I'm using other people's content right now because they're bigger platforms, y'all. They make better money. They have a team. You know what I mean? They got people that can go get the information for them. So yes, I got to move how I move. You know, I got to move how I move. But I can't stop thinking about this either, and it angers me that in 2026, man, as if we are really low IQ people, they was going to try to attempt to sweep this shit under the rug. They're going to try to pull the Emmett Till on us right now. Y'all don't take us motherfucking serious, man. Y'all think we somebody y'all can play with and toy with and just unalive and lie to and manipulate and reclassify, you know what I'm saying, and every guy. Man, this shit gonna stop, man. This shit gonna stop. Black people, man, y'all better, boy, man, come on, man. We got generations. Some of y'all have grandchildren. Some of y'all have great-grandchildren. You know what I mean? Some of y'all have great-grandchildren. Y'all better stand for something, man. Y'all better stand for something, man. Oh, we got a troll in the building. Y'all want to get that troll a warm welcome, man? Y'all want to get that? They only gangsters behind cameras, y'all. They only gangsters behind cameras, y'all, on keyboards. They gonna go to work tomorrow and cower down around all their black co-workers. You know, they ain't gonna have that energy tomorrow when they surrounded by all that melanin. They ain't gonna have that energy tomorrow when the sun come up. They gonna be too down focused on trying to find some sunscreen that's at least SPF 50. That's what that is. And he's probably not even American. He's probably some type of African or something. Who knows? Who knows? Who knows?
Y'all, because this is very important.
All right, have to ask. What do you want to do? Do you want to be towed back?
I want to get this boat unsank and towed back, yes.
The way he kept saying, I want to get this boat unsank and towed back. Yes, he kept saying the boat was sinking, the boat was sinking. Now notice that all the screaming and yelling that had been happening before is not happening anymore. And nobody's gotten off the boat, even though the boat is sinking. Let's keep going.
All right, where would you like it towed to, sir?
Then tow it to Ocean Springs or Florida Bayou on.
All right, how many adults and children on board?
No, there's no children.
So, is there anybody on board? How many adults, sir? That was the question.
This is the most passive-aggressive conversation. She's sick of him. Are there any adults or children on board? No, there's no children. But listen to me. She's getting frustrated. But I believe Nolan... Sorry, why can't we say their names? I got Nolan on the mind heavy. Forgive me, y'all.
Warren.
If I missay Warren, Nolan, y'all know who I'm talking about, right? Right? No disrespect to Nolan's man, right? So Warren, it seems like he's just being bubble-headed. But every time there can be any situation that identifies the adults on board, that identifies how many are on board.
Exactly, Virgo. Shape-shifting. Jake, what are you talking about in here, Jake? What are you talking about in here, Jake from State Farm?
It identifies anything. He is identified.
Virgo, I appreciate the gold coin. Thank you, Virgo. I appreciate the gold coin.
Their exact location, identifies everything. He is super, super duper cagey. Baby, I know what it looks like to sidestep the question. That is my favorite activity. Trust and believe. I know when someone's sidestepping a question, and what's more, all the muting, all the distracting, again, it sounds like whenever he gets a question he doesn't know, he's either texting somebody or muting like, shit, what do I say? Do you get what I'm saying?
All right,
baby?
Jake.
But let's keep going.
Hey, Warren, drop it off.
Hello, can you hear me?
She's sick of this.
Jump in and pull the plug, Bart, while you're going.
You gotta jump in and pull the plug. Again, this is staged. I'm gonna show you another video from a Marine expert that will tell you.
It's not staged. They was planning it off because they actually had to jump in the water to move Nolan's body. That's what Tisa is missing right now. You notice Tisa's really not paying attention to what they're saying in the background. She's just focused on the context of the phone call. She's not really focused on what's going on in the background. And she's missing it. She's missing it because it's right there. That's what he meant. Wyatt was already in the water. Wyatt was already in the water. They had to move. You're gonna hear, I don't know if you're gonna hear it on hers, we should, but you should hear them dragging Nolan soon. She's on that part of the audio. This is how many times I've listened to this, y'all. Y'all should hear them dragging Nolan soon.
Why even think he's saying? Again, it is staged in my opinion. Let's keep going.
Hello, sir.
Hello.
Yep, I just need you to answer these questions so I can get you over to the captain.
Okay.
How many adults on board?
There's 0 adults on board.
There's nobody on board the boat?
No. Nobody here is over the age of 21.
Again, he's not being stupid. He's being cagey. But let's keep going.
sir, that was not the question. Is there a person? Is there a person, a living individual on the boat?
There it is. Did y'all just hear them dragging his body? There it is. Watch when she says a living person on the boat. Watch this. I'm going to turn this up a little bit. I told y'all they were on that part. This is how much I've listened to this, y'all. You're going to hear them dragging Nolan's body. Watch this.
And yelling that had been happening before, it's not happening anymore. And nobody's gotten off the boat, even though the boat is sinking. Let's keep going.
All right, what would you like to tell to, sir?
Been towed to Ocean Springs or Florida Bayou on.
All right, how many adults and children on board?
No, there's no children.
So, is there anybody on board? How many adults, sir? That was the question.
This is the most passive-aggressive conversation. She's sick of him. Are there any adults or children on board? No, there's no children. But listen to me. She's getting frustrated. But I believe Nolan, sorry, what can't mix up their names? I got Nolan on the mind heavy. Forgive me, y'all. If I missay Warren, Nolan, y'all know who I'm talking about, right? The boy on the boat, right? No disrespect to Nolan's memory at all, right? So Warren, it seems like he's just being bubble-headed. But every time there can be any situation that identifies the adults on board, that identifies how many are on board, that identifies anything, he is identifies their exact location, identifies everything. He is super, super, duper cagey. Baby, I know what it looks like to sidestep the question.
Okay, it's getting ready to come up, y'all. It's getting ready to come up.
My favorite activity. Trust and believe. I know when someone's sidestepping a question, and what's more, all the muting, all the distracting, again, it sounds like whenever he gets a question he doesn't know, he's either texting somebody or muting like, shit, what do I say? Do you get what I'm saying?
He meant they not over 21, but they're not children. It's not that difficult. At 18 years old, you're considered an adult. At 18 years old, you have to register for the selective services. So I don't understand even the point you're trying to make. You're either one or the other. She didn't ask him if he was over 21. She asked about the adults on the boat and children on the boat. They're going to fall under one of those categories. If they're under the age of 21, they're still young adults. They're still young adults. So I don't understand. Listen, don't, come on, man. Think before you speak. Think before you speak. Listen to the questions that they ask. You know what I'm saying? That's not what he meant. That I can't agree with you. I'm not trying to troll you, but I can't agree with you. I can't agree with you. You telling me that he's, 20, 21, 20 years old, and he considers himself a kid? Or he's 20 years old and he has yet to consider himself an adult, at least a young adult? You see what I'm saying? So I'm not blowing smoke your way. I'm trying to get you to kind of rethink your perspective too. What does this say about him if he's not looking at himself as a child, but yet he doesn't look at himself at least a young adult either, and you are like 18, 19, 20 years old? You understand what I'm saying? You're either one or the other.
Yeah, maybe, but let's keep going.
Hello, can you hear me?
She's sick of this.
Jump in and pull the plug, Bart, while you're going.
You gotta jump in and pull the plug. Again, this is staged. I'm gonna show you another video from a Marine expert that will tell you why everything he's saying. Again, it is staged in my opinion. Let's keep going.
Hello, sir.
Hello.
They're about to drag his body across the floor. Listen. Watch. Listen.
Yep, I just need you to answer these questions so I can get you over to the captain.
Okay.
How many adults on board?
There's 0 adults on board.
There's nobody on board the boat?
No. Nobody here is over the age of 21.
Again, he's not being stupid. He's being cagey.
It's coming up right now. Listen for the dragging noise. It's almost as if they're moving a dresser. When you're dragging someone from their armpits, their heels are dragging. If they're unconscious and you're dragging them, their heels are dragging. So I'll imagine that someone was dragging, and then Wyatt was already in the water to move Nolan. And you would have to move him in the water so that his weight does not affect you in that much water. You know, he's going to float. He's going to float. No one saw this. This is crazy, man. This is crazy.
And let's keep going.
Sir, that was not the question. Is there a person? Is there a person, a living individual on the boat?
Again.
That noise was them dragging Nolan's body. And they didn't drag him far. That was Nolan's heels. They didn't drag him far. Allegedly, in my opinion, I believe those were Nolan's heels, and I have no reason not to believe that wasn't Nolan, because I've heard this come up. No, I'm serious. I've been playing this audio all night. I've been telling y'all where to go. You will hear it in the background. You can hear everything they're saying. They're on a recorded line. I'm not even playing right now. I'm so serious. I'm so serious. I've told people where to go for this footage and everything. This is that sea tow call right here. This is the call they made when they claimed their boat was sinking. You can hear all of this in the background. You hear them saying, is he dead? Sure, he's dead. Wyatt, check his chest. You hear all of this on his phone call. Keep thinking it's a game. Watch what happens this week. Watch, because I know Ben Crump has wind of this. Watch.
This is who you are saying you're seeking and you're begging for help. You're begging for help. And you're muted, you're not answering questions, you're avoiding questions. And I will contend that he's doing this on purpose, because golly, if you would just answer this woman's questions, you could get unsung. You guys, the mic drop is coming. Hold on.
Hello?
Is there a minute? He keeps waiting for her to drop it. Mute, mute, mute. Hello? Because
As you come in, ladies and gentlemen, I've been working since 11:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Can we hit that like button, ladies and gentlemen? Can we make sure that we're hitting the subscribe button, ladies and gentlemen? Can we do that? I'm working. I'm working, y'all. I'm working.
well, I'll save my Scooby-Doo mystery solving explanation until later on my display, but this is important. Hold on.
Big person.
All right. I thank you. Is it Kimadu? Kimadu? I thank you for the coin. Thank you. I much appreciate it. Much appreciated.
One breathing on the boat. Is there anybody on the boat?
There's lots of people breathing on the boat.
All right, how many people, sir?
Like 7.
All right, thanks.
Not 7, but like 7, because he's trying to keep it open.
Now, if she would have started talking right there, she would have heard someone in the background counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They stopped at 6, but he said like 7. And I heard them start counting right before she started talking. She's not even focused on what they're saying in the background, but yet they're on a recorded line. This is big. This is going to bust this case wide open. This proves that Nolan was on that boat. He did not stay on the island. And it's also proved that Nolan died on that boat. So someone knows something. They're saying that they don't know. They lied and said the last time they seen him was 3 o'clock. No, it was not. Your boat GPS says that you left that island at 4:31. Nolan was on that boat. He had a girl down there sitting in his lap. I've seen the pictures, y'all. I've seen the videos. I'm telling you. Richard Taylor is putting it out there. Gentleman Den is putting it out there. Keisha, Neek at Night, Richard Taylor, Taylor House Publishing, 1250 Podcast. There's so many people who have better capabilities and better technology, better equipment than I do. They're putting it out there, y'all. It's out there. You better believe it's out there. And Ben Crump has already responded to the picture of Nolan being on a boat with the girl in his lap. Ben Crump has already responded to it.
And also, who are these 7 people? But we'll come back to that.
You. Does everyone have life jackets on or available to them?
Now, if y'all listen close, y'all will just hear somebody in the background say 5'6". Right after she stopped talking, you're going to hear someone say 5'6". He said like 7 people. He said like 7. And I told y'all are going to hear someone start counting. Right when she stops talking right here, you're going to hear someone say 5'6". I'm going to try to turn this up a little bit, but it is late. I don't want to be too disturbing here. But watch this. You're going to hear 5'6". Listen for 5'6" when she stops talking.
Again, this is who you are saying you're sinking.
That was Nolan being drugged.
You're begging for help. And you're muted, you're not answering questions, you're avoiding questions, and I will contend that he's doing this on purpose because golly, if you would just answer this woman's questions, you can get unsung. You guys, the mic drop is coming. Hold on.
Hello?
Is there a lady? He keeps waiting for her to drop it. Mute, mute, mute. Hello? Because well, I'll save my Scooby-Doo mystery solving explanation till later. I'll let this play, but this is important. Hold on.
A big person, someone breathing on the boat. Is there anybody on the boat?
Yeah, there's lots of people breathing on the boat.
All right, how many people, sir?
Like 7.
All right, thanks.
Not 7, but like 7.
Watch when she stop talking.
To keep it open. And also, who are these 7 people? But we'll come back to that.
You. Does everyone have life jackets on or available?
Y'all didn't just hear that 5'6". Y'all didn't just hear that 5'6". Y'all didn't just hear someone in the background say 5'6". They were counting how many people were actually on the boat because they had just moved Nolan's body off the boat. Now, y'all can't tell me y'all didn't hear that plain as day. Somebody just said 5'6". Let's go, though. Let's go.
Right. Verify what boat's sinking.
That's right. 22-foot offshore, 22-foot Triton offshore sea flight hole.
You see how forthcoming he is with information when he knows the answer? Or he knows what he should say?
All right. All right. Please hold. I'm transferring you to the local captain now.
Now, as we go into the
I'm row 84. I'm with you. I agree. It's sad.
You know, to get away with murder. Let me stop. You know, this is the issue, and honestly, how most crimes get solved. Because when something is not completely planned out, there's a reason why a
crime of passion,
as it's called, or something that's not premeditated, has different rules, different consequences than premeditated. Because when you're premeditated, you're usually very slick with it. And you've already made up the set of facts, and now you just need to make sure your story fits in it. It's very, not easy, but it's loads easier than an accident happening. And now you have to make up a story. Because here's the thing, when you establish alibis, you need to control all angles of the alibi. I do believe that
and that's what we see all of Ocean Springs doing, ladies and gentlemen. That's what we see everyone doing, from the sheriff to the governor, everyone. Everyone should be a suspect right now. Everyone tried to botch this investigation. The medical examiner, Stacy Turner, first and foremost. You know, everyone tried to convince us he stayed on the island. Then they came out with a narrative that he was drunk and he drowned. You haven't heard that narrative spent in a while. Now what are they saying? Since this explosive footage and we started paying attention to what they're saying in the background, and notice we didn't know it was an altercation on the island till we started paying attention in the background of that video with all the boats docked that was looking towards the land because there was an altercation in Nolan's crowd. You know, we wouldn't have knew of that situation had we not been listening to the background and the audio. So what makes this circumstantially any different? It's the background and the audio. This was a crime of passion. They were sloppy with it. They were young. Am I saying that they did it on purpose? I don't know. I don't know. But if you're going through this extent to hide it and to be unaccountable and irresponsible for your actions, then yes, it definitely seems like you did it on purpose. Was it about Katie? We'll never know. We'll never know. But we know you're not going to be around a group of white supremacists and be hugged up on a white girl like that in front of them, especially if she's hot and they got the hots for her too. They're not going to let some white, not some black stud come in here, you know what I'm saying, that plays football, and they're not, no, hell no. Hell no. Hell no. Now y'all trying them like they weak. That's an insult to them. Hell no, that's not gonna happen. If you're just coming in, glad to see you. Thank you for sticking your head in and rocking with us. You know, hit that like button, ladies and gentlemen, please. Been up working since 11:30 p.m. Eastern time. You know, hit that like button, please.
Called in to establish an alibi. Okay? What was the alibi? That the boat was sinking sometime between 4 and 4:30. Now, why did that alibi have to be established? I don't know. Maybe there needed to be a reason why they went out, 30 miles outside of Horn Island, chugga, met another boat, did whatever, went around, and then went back to Horn Island. Maybe they needed to hand off a body, hand off a person, high five, I don't know, get an extra Dorito snack pack, and some hoagies. I really honestly don't know. But the thing is, when it comes to an alibi, everybody needs to be in on it. And when you don't tell people what's going on, that's when sloppy mistakes that could potentially expose a cover-up. If a cover-up's going on, I don't know if a cover-up's going on, I do know that things don't make sense. But the thing is, when you establish stories and fake alibis, everybody has to be in on it. But see, here's the thing, I think that no one in Jackson County counted on, and I believe this is a smoking gun. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, presented for... Listen.
This is Captain Seth.
Hi, Captain Seth. This is Vicky from International. How you doing today?
Doing good. How are you?
Good, good. I apologize.
First of all, can I say one thing? Captain Seth must be big dog around there. Because did you see the way her whole voice changed?
Mm-hmm.
Hi. She went from telling Warren. What Warren you on, Warren? What Warren? What's your name? How many adult living people? All of a sudden she called Captain Jack Sparrow, whatever his name is. Hi, Captain.
We've been pointing that out all night, how her energy changed once he picked up the phone. We've been pointing that out all night. And look, even Tisa noticed. Even Tisa Tells noticed it. And we've been pointing that out all night. She was just pretty much excuse me, passively, aggressionally going after Warren because she was aggravated from his lack of attention and lack of knowledge on the phone in such an emergency type situation. But as soon as this guy picked up, she got humble like she was talking to Jesus, y'all.
Captain, yeah, I'm so sorry to bother you. You see how she put that softness in her voice? Big dog, which lets me know that Captain in his own right is running stuff. Now keep in mind, this is an official line. Listen to this. Hi, Captain. Okay, what's going on? I'm so sorry to bother you, Captain.
Ahead of time, I really do. You're going to have a fee for service come up under Jerry. It sounds like a bunch of kids on board on Horn Island. He's letting me know that his father's a member, but he can't give me any information. And he's saying the boat is sinking, and he's on Horn Island. It's just unfortunate. He's just a kid. There's a lot going on. So he said there's about a lot of people on board. He says he thinks about 7. I'm guessing they're all under 18. And I'm not trying to be rude. He wants you guys to go out there and unpump the boat and then tow it in.
You know what kind of boat it is?
Listen.
He said a Triton 24 footer, but that's all he could give me.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I just actually got off the phone with his grandpa, who I'm guessing is the owner of the boat, and he said that Jerry. Yeah, he said. Okay. I just hung up with him. He said that they don't need any help right now, but if something changes.
How did the father contact this captain? Who contacted the grandfather? I'm guessing this was Jerry Anderson. What type of pull does this family have? Everyone seems to be connected and plugged in. We saw this in Collin County, Texas, in the Carmelo Anthony case, ladies and gentlemen. We know that the judge was tied in to the state prosecutor. We know the father was tied in with the judge and the state prosecutor. We've seen this. So we're supposed to continuously act like we don't see their method of operation, and then they're going to come in here and say, oh, stop playing victim. Stop playing victim. You know? Also a member of the secret KKK. They're all in it protecting each other. Yes. Yes. And the KKK runs rampant throughout the state of Mississippi. Runs rampant. It's controlled the state of Mississippi for years. This makes me question the black people in Mississippi. They've got some type of fear in them because they are not standing up, man. It's almost like they know not to stand up. It's almost like they know their place or something. And I ain't trying to dog out Mississippi. I'm just wondering where their energy at right now. I'm just wondering where their energy at right now. That's all.
They'll call me back. So I'm guessing that they.
Y'all, we just saw the linchpin, just heard the linchpin that can truly break the Nolan Wells case open. Let me explain to y'all. All right. First of all, you guys, also, for everybody asking me to play the new audio, it's not that I don't want to. It's the fact that new audio hasn't been verified. And the FBI is involved. And the FBI is very serious about going after people that may harass those boys up in Jackson County. And I am saying that Ben Crump and the FO Freedom of Information Act and TMZ has verified this 8-minute, 24-second clip. Now, there may be more that wasn't released, but until Ben Crump's office verifies that information, I have no choice but to leave it alone. I want the additional audio to be true. If it is, that's incredible for the case. I want that to be true. But at this point, I am forced to go with what the office of Ben Crump has identified as legitimate evidence.
And that's fine with me. And I commend you for that. Because I still heard the same thing in your verified audio that I heard in what you're calling the unverified audio. So either way it goes, this is blockbuster to this case. This is damaging. This just blew the roof off, ladies and gentlemen. Because I still heard the same exact thing in the background. In the background.
Again, praying that additional evidence is actually verified. But until I get it from a reputable source, I can't play it. Y'all, be serious. Like, do you want the boys in blue running up into this house? Talk about we spread, like, come on, be serious. Be serious. But I am hoping it's true. All right, let's get back to the point. Y'all, remember what I said about when it comes to alibis and cover-ups? Everybody needs to be on the same page. Hear me out. The seat towing is like calling 911. You know when you call into 911 that it is recorded. And you know that there is some type of document made, okay? Now let's see where we are. Warren called in. Warren acted stupid whenever she asked for any real information that anybody on a boat would know. How far are you? Are you sunk? What's your location? How many adults are on board? How many people are on board? How deep is the water? You're calling for a tow, and this lets them know how much time they have to get out on you. How deep is the water? Y'all saw from the video I showed earlier. It's a 2-second question. It's a 2-second answer. Anybody, what's your GPS? Anybody that was on that boat should have been able to answer that easily.
Facts.
Warren was cagey. A lot of people said he sounded dumb. No, I know what it is when somebody's being cagey. To me, it sounds like he is being cagey. He answers the questions when he wants with an attitude. He gets mad at the lady that the lady won't stop asking him questions that he either doesn't know the answer to or he can't answer.
What Tisa is missing was Warren was agitated and aggravated from what was going on around him with the whole Nolan situation. I don't think Tisa picked up on that, but I do suspect that she'll make another video and she's gonna address that. I do think that she will address that because she's always on social media. She knows it's going around. She's gonna know the minute it's verified, and if she just goes back and listens to the audio she played alone, she's gonna hear the same thing. She's going to hear the same thing, and this is damaging. So for anyone who said that these boys or his friends had absolutely nothing to do with it, everyone on that boat, everyone in Mississippi at this point, that judge, that medical examiner, everyone has had something to do with it. They already knew the truth. That's why they retained his throat, his stomach, and his lungs. They already knew the truth. They weren't going to let that independent autopsy blow the roof off of this. They didn't want black people exposing them. That really would have caused some type of civil unrest. So now they've got to figure who they're going to throw under the bus and sacrifice because they still control the judicial system. They can always give them a slap on the hand, or they can always call Trump and get them pardoned. Y'all got to know what we're dealing with right here, y'all. Y'all got to know what we're dealing with right here. We watched Trump pardon all those January 6ers. Y'all don't think Trump is going to pardon whoever did this? Huh? Y'all think Trump going to let this work? No, man. No, man.
Why doesn't he know the answer? Well, are you really on Horn Island? Do you see the GPS? The boat has built-in navigation GPS. You should have known that. She said she could send you a link. You ain't going quiet doing this and that. But you know what isn't recorded? I tell you to call 911, right? Let me paint an image, right? Somebody breaks into my house, right? My family does believe in gun rights, and you break into the ranch, right? Boom. It is what it is. However, maybe the boom came after you broke in, you heard me cocking back that rifle, and you get shot in the back. So I know, maybe in the state I stay in, because it's not Florida, yo, I actually didn't have a right to shoot you in the back, because this is in the stand your ground state. So I know.
Shout out to my state of Florida. It's stand your ground. Shout out to my state of Florida. I'm thankful for that. It is stand your ground. We don't have a duty to retreat. We can put you on your ass down here. We can deal with your disrespect down here. And I love that about Florida. I love that about Florida.
Yo, something's fishy. I need to cover up. I don't want manslaughter. I don't want this. I don't want that. Right? So what do I tell you to do? Just calculating, right? And I do think Warren's family, whatever, they're powerful enough. It seems like they were some Olivia Pope shit because they really mobilized the whole media onslaught, putting out a letter of defense, saying this, saying that. But before we get to all that, so what do I tell you to do? I make up a dumb story that I think covers all the facts.
Exactly, y'all. Put that ass on a t-shirt. Yes, sir. Yup, you in Florida too? Yup, you're in Florida as well? Make that. Get it. Yup, you in Florida, brother? Oh, you in Pasco. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Port Rich, okay. Newport Richie. Gotcha. Gotcha. Okay. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm south of you. I'm south of you. I'm like an hour south of Tampa. I'm south of you. That's what's up, y'all.
I do. I call my daddy. Dad, this guy was coming in, and then blah, blah, blah. And he heard me cock back. He tried to run. Boom, I shot him in the back. My daddy says, Tisa, calm down. Here's what you're going to do. Who else is over there with you? Oh, you know, so-and-so's over there. All right, have them call the police right now. Act like you're worried. Say, oh my God, I think somebody's coming into my house. Oh my God, I think somebody's coming into my house, right? Meanwhile, because my daddy's connected, right? My daddy's connected. And he's trying to, because he thought of like, okay, what alibi can I do to make it go say somebody's coming through your house, blah, 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 blah. You're trying to, and you're like, oh my God, I'm scared. I'm going to try to run out the front door, right? Say that. And then hang up with the 911 operator. Meanwhile, I call the police chief. My daddy calls the police chief on his personal line. Because I know his personal line ain't recorded at all. And see, the thing is, I know what you're saying. Well, Tisa, can't they subpoena records and see that Warren's grandfather called the sea tow truck? Yeah, but let's not forget, they didn't think it was going to get this far. They think they was going to be like, oh, so sad. You lost your son. Here, let me give you a hug. And then they was going to, get the KKK. I don't even know if their clan is still active. Get the clan to chase them out of town and harass them out of town until they left, right? They was probably all going to get dressed up, go to the funeral, look at them. Oh, yeah, I'm sad, too. They thought Nolan's mom was going to swallow it. So I know what you're
Exactly.
So I know what you're saying about all that. Oh, they could have traced it, but I don't think they thought it was going to get that far. And don't forget, we are dealing with a scenario after fact. This wasn't premeditated. This was, in my opinion, potentially a cover-up. And again, this is a hypothetical statement. So my daddy's like, yo, Tisa, tell them that, oh my God, tell them I'm so scared. We're going to run out the house. I don't know. I'm scared. And I'm not going to operate.
What she's saying is correct. What she's saying is definitely correct. I agree with everything she's saying. Definitely a cover-up. It's just shocking to see how many people, from an official side, an authoritative side, that were willing to cover this up and sacrifice their stability, their livelihood. They would jeopardize and compromise their own jobs to cover something up like this. Their own freedoms to cover something up like this. This is remarkable. There is nothing these people will not do in order to get their way. This is remarkable. Most black people be like, hell no, man, I ain't finna crash out with you. You wanna be a crash out, you go ahead and crash out. You know what I mean? These people, it's almost like code for them to stick together and crash out together. Either they have no fear of the justice system because they run it and they know that they're just going to get a slap on a hand, or their code of supremacy like is really this damn militant. Maybe this is code for them. Maybe this is code for them. You know, it's bad for us because we don't unify this way, but it's good for them. And that's sad, man. That's sad, honestly. Like, I don't know what to make of that myself. I don't know what to make of that. But ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to go ahead and draw the line in the sand right here. You know, close my eyes, get some sleep, wake up, reconvene, get refreshed, and jump back into this thing. I'm not going to let this go. When it comes to Carmelo Anthony, when it comes to this case, I am not going to let it go. I'm going to get back on my original FBA content sooner or later, I promise you. We're going to get back to history and learning and things like that. But right now, this has taken precedence. This has taken precedence. So ladies and gentlemen, thank you, for rocking with me and for being here. Thank you for commenting in the chat. Thank you to everyone who made contributions. Thank you to everyone who's on this case. Thank you to everyone who's FBA based. You know what I mean? Thank you to everyone who's conscious to understand what's going on around us, because we still have to protect generations after us. So, y'all know what to do, man. Y'all have a great night. Stay prayed up, blessed up, meditated up, protected. Stay real, stay conscious, stay uncut. Be inspired, be great, be you. Remember to check your notification bells. Make sure it's on all. I'm seeing lots of people I haven't saw in months, and I've been shadow banned for months. So make sure you're at least coming, to my channel to look and see if I'm live, even if you're not getting the notifications, ladies and gentlemen. We know what YouTube do. We don't control these platforms, they do. So we kind of have to adhere to their wishes, their demands. But we do need to get our message out, and we need justice for Nolan Wells, no matter what. With that being said, y'all get some rest. Don't let anyone ruin your day. You know what I mean? Well, it's morning here too, but you know me. Black folks, if it's dark, we still call it night. But it's actually 2:54 a.m. here. I ain't want to say y'all have a good morning, but it's actually finna be like a good night for me. My schedule's a little backwards. It's like when you work at night and you forced to sleep during the day, so your nights and your days kind of become reverse. Yeah, that's what it's like right now for me. That's what it's like right now for me. So I may get a couple hours of sleep, wake up and hop right back on this thing, hop right back on. So you never know, man. But it's love, and I appreciate everyone. You know what I mean? Ashe, and grand rising to all, okay? Grand rising to all. But it's still gonna be good night for me. Oh, wow. Okay, it's 8:55 over here. Where are you? Where are you, row 84? There's no way, you're not even in Cali. Where are you? Well, I'm gonna hang out to find out where you at. Where are you, Ro? Like Thailand or somewhere? Africa? The most racist country. Well, hell, that would be America. That would be America. You said country, not continent. Oh, the Netherlands. Okay. Okay. The Netherlands. What is that like? What is the Netherlands like? What is the Netherlands like? Salute to the Netherlands. Salute to you, Ro. Man, I was thinking you was in the United States of America. You in the Netherlands. Salute to the Netherlands, man. All right, my man. All right, Ashe. Ashe to all. Salute.